Okay, it looks like we're live. I hope. I am like beyond stressed right now, but hi. If you guys can hear me, I'm streaming on my new PC, so I am like very stressed. Like very stressed. See, like I can already like see something that I didn't like. Oh no, I don't think I updated the title either. Oh my god. Oh no, it's all falling apart. Oh, I don't even remember what part of Apollo Justice this is. No. Is it like part 5, I think? Yeah, no, this is part 6. Shoot, okay. There we go. Casual. I literally, like, forgot everything else. Or I did everything else but that. Yeah, okay, notifs are now being posted, because maybe we're good. No, Twitch, not yet. I need to post on Twitter. Yep. Alright. Why is Empress asking for people's time zones? When did Empress do that? And by the way, are you talking about actual Empress or Chris posing as Empress? Which, speaking of which, Chris, thank you for that host. I very much appreciate it. And hello to Pika Pack as well. Hopefully you've had a good night tonight and a good day as well. I am like very stressed. I am like, okay, that looks good. I have like tried to make sure that everything is okay. I already forgot at the beginning of stream to make the title different. So it was originally Metopia and about Big Chungus, of course, since that's the thing we left off with. Wait. Oh, I forgot about Skyward Sword. I mean, I just now remembered about it, but I did forget about Skyward Sword. When have we ever been gentle? Like, sometimes, you know, you could. Will money help with the stress? No. I just need to get comfortable with it. Which, by the way, thank you, Chris, for the 100 bits. As you know, filling out that big cup fills up my heart as well. I appreciate it. Yeah. Peek back, we'll find out soon enough. Are you asking about that because of, like, oh, figuring out a Disney trip? Are you peeking your mic? You moved closer to it? Maybe it's just the quality of that, but, I mean, it's going into the red. Honestly, this is where I kept it before. Do I need to turn it down? Money help with the stress? Yes, send it your way. But yeah, I mean, I can turn down the audio again. Like, what's it out right now? Like 8.1 decibels. It was like that before, and I don't think I've touched the gain or anything. You sound super loud, so it might be an idea. Okay, awesome. Well, we're going ahead and figuring this stuff out. So let's turn this down to like 6.1. Okay, let's try that. I'm still hitting the red, but like I'm not there quite as frequently. Louder than usual. Okay, yep, that probably makes sense with the thing. Actually, I wonder if... No, I don't think that's the case, but with NVIDIA RTX ones, you can there's a setting you can activate where like it almost noise cancels everything else in the background except your voice, and it like amplifies it. So I don't know if that's like already activated or whatever, or if that's like a default thing that they have. But fun fact, JMC is lurking. Well, don't call out JMC. Maybe they just enjoying the lurk. Which, by the way, Chris, thank you for 100 more bits, more money. Why more money? It don't need more money. But hey, JMC, hopefully you're doing well, my friend. It's been a while since we've seen you, but I know you've been hanging out in Michael's stream too, so hopefully you're doing well. And as you know, filling out the big cup for something as well, I appreciate it. And Noah coming. Wait, you're resubbing? I thought you just like resubbed like. A what? What? Oh no, this is the reminder. Okay. Chris, I can't not do the stream when you're doing this. Chris, thank you for the 100 more bits. As you know, filling out the big cup for something as well, I appreciate it. Okay, Noah. 12 heckin' months. Wow, I want to say something profound here, like how awesome the streamer were, or how you've helped me through hard times, but for now, I remind you that you're awesome and I love you. Alright, I love supporting you. Also, Can. Thank you, Noah! First for the Can, but also for the resub at tier 2 for a whole freaking year. Yo, Noah, thank you for sticking around for so long. Oh my god. Thank you for sticking around so long, Noah. It's been a pleasure to have you here, and I'm glad you've been enjoying streams and they've helped you out. And, of course, to the future, my friend. We will still be doing stuff. Your mic isn't in your earphones. Okay, so what it is that, well, I have it specifically set so that it's the Blue Yeti, right? And I have it specifically set so it's the Blue Yeti, so I know for a fact it should not have switched off of that. And it may literally just be that, well, first off, I'm usually probably back here, so that probably matters. I'm leaning forward so I can, like, read everybody and do proper stuff. Ooh, excuse me. But yeah, it may just be new PC stuff. I don't know. It had better quality mic and having to bump up the gain less. Which, God. Yo, thank you for the 26 weeks. As you know, filling out the big cup for some heart as well. I appreciate it. And Empress, yeah, the tap the mic text. I don't want to tap the mic. Chris, thank you for the 100 bits. As you know, filling out the big cup for some heart as well. It's not my birthday, so stop that. Yo, Mordom, what's going on? Hopefully you're having a good day, my friend. Thank you so much for coming by stream. I hear less white noise than usual. For one, my PC is way quieter. So there's that. And two, again, I don't know if this is something that they have activated automatically, but there's definitely the NVIDIA RTX thing that you can switch on for your mic, and it'll amplify your voice while trying to, like, with like AI smart technology, it kind of like tries to cut out everything else. I don't know how it works. Look, I'm a computer programmer, but I don't know how it works. More monies? No, Chris, but thank you, Chris. Thank you for the 100 bits. As you know, for another big cup for some as well. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that I'm like sitting here for 10 minutes. I'm not playing a game, but I'm glad about this because I'm not going into it yet, and I don't have to worry about things going bad. So. Got home from work about 10 to 20 minutes ago. You're relaxing. Yes, maxing, relaxing. Did I forget anybody? I don't think I forgot anybody. I don't think I thanked Josh, even though he was telling me to turn the stuff down. Why the more monies? What? Oh my gosh, and it's the frickin' birthday cake, dude. The birthday bits. You've decided to return still, despite being still upset with Cameron. Why are you still upset? What was there to be upset about in the first place? But yes, thank you, Yellow, for the frickin' 1,000 bits. Why? I don't know. You just decided to do that, but thank you. I'm guessing that's from all those ads for bits that's finally come our way. So thank you very much, Yellow, for the very generous donation and storing that frickin' hype train. Let's go, baby. And as you know, filling out that big cup fills up my heart as well. I appreciate it. Got but my headphones and I can hear Holly snoring. Oh no. Oh no. Sigh, Cameron. I did nothing. I have done nothing wrong. B-Day in an hour and a half. Yo, Peekabag. Yeah, that's pretty soon. Dude, I mean, you may be busy tomorrow, but I'm sure that having the Nintendo stuff happen tomorrow should be pretty exciting. Maybe some new stuff. The fact you say nothing. I always say nothing. Always and forever. I cannot acknowledge my shortcomings. Also, by the way, apparently OBS is using like 0.8 CPU right now. Before, using like an emulator or whatever, it used like 20% CPU. Yeah, my overall CPU is at like 12%. That is very good to see. This isn't Splatoon 2. No, it's not Splatoon 2. Why would it be Splatoon 2? Oh, because of the white creamy headbanded whatever. I'm sorry. Missile Launching Society. I think that's right. Empress, but it's your birthday, so I guess. Thank you, Empress, for the 50. You know what? Those are 50 pity bits. I'm going to take those as pity bits. Thank you so much, Empress. I very much appreciate it. And as you know, filling out the big cup fills up my heart as well. I appreciate it. Run all your programs for funsies. I could run Overwatch right now. What is happening? Why are you giving me more bits? The white headbanded creamy missile launching. See, I almost got it right. I just had to like take a break in saying that. But thank you for 50 more bits, Empress. Hopefully you also get that emote this time and you won't get gypped out of it. But anyways, as you know, filling out the big cup fills up my heart as well. I appreciate it. Okay, can we play the video game now? Can you get ads for bits? That is a sploosh, by the way. Thank you, Yellow, for the 100 bits. As you know, filling out the big cup fills up my heart as well. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh, guys! Just let me play the video game. Also, okay, so before I get started though, everything looks okay stream-wise, right? Like you're able to see the notifications okay. You can hear the notification sound. Obviously, you can hear me, and I was too loud at first. So thank you for telling me that I could turn myself down. And chat's moving along. Things are going okay. Okay, it looks good. All right. Okay. Epic. All right. So let's get on with this game right here. Also, that seemed really low. No. And that is the whole truth of this case. Mason system. I don't know what that is. Gonna play Tetris. Yo, enjoy peek back. Oh. Someone is on some live support. In order to understand it myself, I had to know the story of these last 7 long years. I'm guessing this is probably Apollo. Ah, even the colds come up. Nothing happens by chance. All's connected. Yo, thank you, Avatar, for the host. I very much appreciate it, my friend. Oh. A guy just died. Hey, yo, we giving you bits? I guess you are. Ready to stand to begin the final chapter of the story. Noah, thank you for the 100 bits. As you know, for another big up for the Mars, well, I appreciate what has happened to this woman. Lady, what is happening? She fell. Have fun with this case, one of your favorites in the series. I'm looking forward to it because it's going to be long. Will the defendant be found guilty or innocent? The decision is yours. Oh, Gavin! You see the cursor on the bottom screen? Oh, hold on. I think I know how to fix that. Yo, let's share this popper emote. Look at that. Okay, properties. Do not capture the cursor. I mean, I don't think it would have been a bad thing if the cursor was there, but I do prefer without the cursor. For better immersion. So thank you, Yellow, for mentioning that. Hey, Apollo! Look on TV! Look! Yeah, I'm kinda busy. Whoa, look at that! He's the last Grammy, alright! Amazing! Apollo, you should be watching this! What? I was writing about our last case in my journal. Players are supposed to write things in records, Apollo, not journals. And why now? That case was 3 months ago. Hey, it's a long story. I did a lot, you know. It would probably bother you more. Yeah, no, but I relate. Well, darn, why do y'all get the same one as Chris? Yo, Avatar coming in with a burb. I want to vacuum pack the feel of the moment for later. Right now, I'm wowing the crowd by figuring out how Lamriar disappeared.
That's right! Uncle Valiant did that illusion too! But you're missing him on TV right now!
I was just getting to the good part. Suppose I should watch a little TV with her. After all, her father's expecting me to look after her while he's away.
What you're seeing now is a rehearsal for the greatest magic show on Earth, happening right here at our very own Sunshine Coliseum.
The Sunshine Coliseum? Hey, that's where the Governor's concert was.
Only 3 more days until miracles happen here, right before your unbelieving eyes.
Okay, that's an interesting thing.
The legendary troupe Gramarye is performing for the first time in 7 years.
That's going to be great! I'm so there! You and Daddy are coming too!
The legendary Gramarys. If Trucy's real father were still alive, he'd be on that stage performing miracles.
I've got the tickets and everything. Here's yours, Apollo.
Yeah. Also, they're not related at all, but I am not using a dual monitor setup at the moment. I am only using one, which I'm also trying to figure out how to get that working. I don't know if I'm going to need another display cable or what, but I'll figure it out. I'm going to assume this is Phoenix. Oh, you're here. Working hard or hardly working? Yeah. Like, as a fact, it's like, okay, who else would say that in this frickin' game? Hey, how have you been?
Hey there, stranger.
Not exactly the kind of greeting I'd want to hear from my own kid. Though, he has been gone a long time. How goes it, Trucy? Here, I got a present for you.
Yay, pudding! I love pudding! Oh, it's farm fresh! And not just one pudding, but 3 whole cups. I'll have to pace myself.
Well, I'm beat.
That's right, Daddy. You're on a top secret mission. You've got to take it easy with the secrets, you know?
How right you are. So you still can't tell us what your mission is? Maybe it is time. It has something to do with you anyway. With me?
Ooh, maybe you're getting a top secret mission too. Maybe you can be one of those guys. A spy.
Can I just be a defense attorney? No, to pace herself, Peekaback. Lord of mercy. To be honest, telling you about the mission was my whole reason for coming here today. What? Tell me, you've heard of the Juris system, yes?
The Juris system?
That's right, the new legal system everyone's talking about.
Have you heard of it, Apollo?
Huh? Oh, maybe? Maybe not as many people are talking about it as I thought. The Juris system, huh? Yo, let's figure it out.
So, Daddy, what's this Juris system thing?
Well, Trucy, do you know what a jury is?
I've heard of it. Isn't that those people who sit in court in those old courtroom dramas? The ones who get to decide if the guy's innocent or guilty. Do you know, Apollo?
Only from TV. It's 12 people chosen from the community, right? Well, they're thinking about reviving that system. They're calling the new system the Juris system.
No more doing whatever you like, Your Honor.
Not quite that harsh. Not quite that harsh. The jurors cooperate with the judge. They help analyze the case from different angles. And there will only be 6 of them under the current proposal, right?
Wow, you know your stuff, Apollo.
Their findings directly affect the verdict. Hopefully people will start taking the courts a little more seriously now.
I feel like I'm on some kind of educational TV show starring Dr. Wright.
Dr. Wright, his assistant Trucy, and Mascot Apollo. The perfect team. Mascot? Hey! So, what is the secret mission? The Juris system is my mission, more or less. Anyways, keep in mind that new ideas like this system are always risky, Apollo.
Too true. Everyone's got an opinion and they just talk and nothing gets decided. Kind of like you, Apollo.
I'm not that bad. Am I? In any case, we're going to give it a shot. A test, if you will.
I don't like tests.
We'll take a case as a sample and choose 6 jurists. I'll be the one helping with that process, incidentally. Helping how? Well, for one, I'll be the chair of the Juris System Simulated Court Committee. The chair constructs the ideal situation, choosing the case, the juris candidates, even the judge in the courtroom.
Wow, it's like you have a real job.
Okay, alright, Trucy, just shots fired like that. I was never that good at the piano, to be honest. Once a lawyer, always a lawyer, I guess. The trial's tomorrow, by the way. Don't miss it. The trial simulation, that is.
A simulation, huh? Sounds interesting.
So, what kind of case is a trial simulation about?
Yo, is that Noah with frickin' 30 more bits?
Thank you, Noah, so much for the bits. As you know, filling up that big cup fills up my heart as well. I appreciate it. Well, since it's the first run through the new system, I wanted something simple.
Good thinking. No sense wearing yourself out on something too serious.
True. The case is a murder. That's not simple at all!
By simple, do you mean that the defendant is...
Guilty, yes. Most likely. So good luck, Apollo. With what? With the trial tomorrow. You're defending, of course. Recall that I said I had something to do with you.
Go for it, Apollo. It's just a test case anyway, no sweat.
Yeah, but there's still a verdict to be decided. And a potentially serious sentence. The most serious in a worst-case scenario. You mean the verdict's for real? That's not a test trial, that's a real trial! All forms have been filled. Or all forms have been filed. There's no turning back now. The trial begins tomorrow at 10 a.m. Hoping you make room in your schedule. What? Why am I only hearing about this now? Yes, there was a change this morning. I picked a new case. Huh? Something that happened last night. Oh no, it's Noah. No, it's fine.
Hey, Apollo, I know you're all excited about that secret mission. What about this? The True Grammary Grand Magic Show.
Or Grammari. I think I keep saying Grammary. Huh? Oh, right, the card tricks.
They're not card tricks. They're grand illusions, miracles, the apocalypse.
Well, so what? That's 3 whole days from now.
It's the Sunshine Coliseum. Let's go. Let's go today. You can say hi to Uncle Valen.
Have fun.
What? I can't go by myself. You know I'm not very outgoing.
Right. Why not go with her? But what about the secret mission? Oh, don't worry about that. You'll hear all about it tomorrow, regardless. I don't trust that smile. He knows something that he's not telling me.
Yippee! So now you can take me to the Coliseum.
Oh, I suppose it wouldn't kill me to pop over there. Grammari. That reminds me.
What's this, Daddy? Isn't that silk hat the Grammari seal?
Blech. Consider it a birthday present, Trucy.
Thanks, it's great. But today isn't my birthday.
Good point. What day is it today, Apollo? Huh? Today? I think it's Recycle Your Plastics Day. Then it's a Recycle Your Plastics present.
Yippee! So it's plastic!
Alright, I've given up trying to understand them. It's much easier that way. So, what is it?
Can I open it, Daddy?
Oh, Phoenix looking kind of sus there. No.
Huh?
You'll need that envelope someday. Someday soon. Don't open it until then.
Well, why don't you hold on to it until then?
Because that would be the logical thing to do. Exactly, and Phoenix does anything but logical. What, did you meet Courage the Cowardly Dog when you went to the middle of nowhere? No, I met a cat instead. But I was in the middle of nowhere, this is true. An envelope about the Grammarize, huh? Alright, so what case are you going to use? You really want to know, don't you? Of course I do! I mean, I'm going to be defending, aren't I? If all goes well, then yes, of course, this is just a test. How'd that go? It is my grandfather's cat, and her name is Lady. And I always like seeing Lady because she's a very, well, I mean, she's a cat, so she's pretty mellow, but, and I don't get to see her very often, so. So it was enjoyable. We wanted everybody to start without preconceptions. A blank slate, as it were. There's a difference between having a blank slate and just being totally clueless. Whose dumb idea was that anyway? Huh, well, mine, committee chair, remember? Oh. The whole trip? Oh, well, I mean... I'll say that going down and coming back were not a problem. We didn't even run into, like, that much traffic. Basically, just weather is what was about the worst of it. I got several souvenirs. And by souvenirs, it was stuff I found at thrift markets. And so that was good. And of course, I enjoyed time with family. I got to see my grandfather, a whole bunch of my cousins, my aunts and uncles. So it was very nice. Yes, thank you, OneDrive. Very cool. Not Razer Synapse, but you know, close enough. The weather was gross the past week. Yes. Well, if you want to know that badly, I suppose, I could give you permission to examine the scene of the crime. Good. That's better. You can't talk to anyone involved with the case. What, then how am I supposed to defend? You let me worry about the details there. Remember, I'm in charge of this trial. All of it. But you don't want it to backfire, do you? Yo, no, thank you for 20 more birthday bits. Are you, like, just literally, like, watching ads right now and just as they come, you're donating to me? Anyways, thank you for those 20 bits. As you know, filling up the big cup fills in my heart as well. I appreciate it, except it's not my birthday. Weather down here. Wasn't sure if it wanted to storm. Yeah, it's just been... We averted a crisis too, didn't we? Dang. Finally finished watching ads. I got to watch ads earlier today. I probably could have done even more ad watching this afternoon, but I was busy with the PC. So, and actually that bingo card that I made in the Discord, that's also like what I spent probably about an hour and 30 minutes on or something. Whatever. Apollo. If I'm in charge of the whole trial, that means the entire affair is my responsibility, for good or for bad. Just do what you can. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Alright. I'd recommend going down to the detention center. Your client's waiting for you. You can ask about the scene there. But you just said I couldn't talk to anyone involved. Oh, you can talk to your client. If you can get her to talk.
Well, time's a-wasting.
Maybe Vegas Pro can actually work. Yes, that's another thing I'm going to be testing. I don't even know, like, what I'm going to, like, use as a test on that. Maybe I'll finally get to the drippy drip, as Lando puts it. But, also, yeah, everybody was asking about my weekend, and I finally am done with dialogue options. How was everybody else's weekend? I hope it went well for all of you. Again, for me, I was basically just gone for a couple days doing some R&R. I played a whole lot of Pokemon TCG with my younger cousin because he loves it. And I did not go easy because I refused to go easy. And that was fun. I procrastinated hard last weekend. What you should say is you relax this weekend, Yellow. Better way to put it. Finished watching Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh, nice. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Chris really likes Jujutsu Kaisen. Or that canceled video. Shh. Shh. Don't speak of its name. You're on episode 15. Oh, have you not gotten back to it, Josh? I think that's where you left last time. I started and finished watching Jujutsu Kaisen on the weekend. I can't blame you. Yeah. But, yeah, I played a lot of TCG, beat a child at TCG, and then I had good food, and... I guess I technically did beat, like, 2 games while I was down there. I beat, Mario 3, and I beat Mutant Mudds Deluxe. So that was good. Hardcore busy one Saturday, and then went to Cody's on Sunday. Ah, understandable. So let's go ahead and move. Go ahead and get that detention center. October 7th, detention center. Visitor room. Oh, That's 20 minutes. We've been waiting here. 20 minutes.
Maybe I should complain. I'm sure that the guard has better things to do than stand there pretending he doesn't see us.
You know, the minute we get angry, the client will show. It always works that way.
Like shouting, "Oh, waiter!" and they're standing right behind you? "Oh, guard! Is our client going to be much longer?"
What are you talking about? Haven't you already started the meeting yet?
Huh?
Oh, I thought she may have been, like, under the desk or whatever.
Eeh!
Where did you come from? Well, anyway, please have a seat. Never forget World 7 clickbait fortress. Yeah, it was pretty rough. Oh, I guess I technically did finish Punch-Out too. Like, just the other day. But, like, I beat Mr. Sandman. I was like, oh my god, that was literally terrible. Like, it was the worst. Because I figured out, I read some stuff to get a better take on, like, how you should go about the fight. And the cheese strat I knew about, people were like, oh yeah, that's like the only way I've ever beaten him. And the second thing I learned is, you can't win from going to round 3 and then, like, winning by points or whatever. Like, it's actually impossible. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to have to do the cheese strat. And even that was difficult, so it was pretty yikes. But I took care of that, then got to Macho Man, beat him, like, 6th or 7th try, I don't know. I was able to get the, like, whatever his macho punches or whatever. Like, those are way easier to time. So I ended up beating him there. What are we cheesing? I cheesed Mr. Sandman and Punch-Out for the NES, because I was playing it on my Switch, on the NES service. And yeah, it was the worst. I hate that fight so much. Yes, Overwatch League. Got sushi with a friend on Saturday. She came back from training to be a flight attendant. Oh. Huh, she's already heading to your base. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. But yes, Overwatch League is what he's talking about.
I'm nervous, Apollo.
It's the silence that builds suspense. Why don't you do something, Trissy? You're a magician, aren't you?
That's right. Okay.
I'm the amazing Mr. Hat.
Well. Did she just fall over? Eek.
She passed out.
Huh. Mrs. Magic Underwear might have been a better bet.
That's magic panties, Apollo.
Uh-huh, yeah. She's chasing her dream and I'm just stuck. No, don't be comparing yourself to other people. You hear that advice all the time. You should know better. I can't take that advice either, but you should know better. Don't compare yourself to others. Go at your own pace. Did play 2 more levels in Splatoon 2 story mode. Yo, freaking pog! Good job, yo. You're slowly but surely getting there. Hi. Well, I'm your defense. I really think it has to be fate, you know? And by fate, I mean destiny. Did you know I'm good with astrology? Tell me, what's your sign? Apollo, what are you doing?
I can tell you mine if you'd like, Apollo.
No, never mind. I just got carried away there. Parents say I'm wasting your time. That is a yikes indeed. I seem destined to get difficult clients, it seems. So what's your name? Oh, right, I'm supposed to introduce myself first. I'm Apollo. Apollo Justice.
And I'm Trissy Wright.
I know. This is getting nowhere fast. She's introducing herself to the defendant. Apollo, come on. Hey, I know. Maybe you can tell us what happened. I'm your defense attorney, after all. Anything out of the ordinary happened lately? Like, you know, being in prison?
Well, the other day, this tourist from out of town stopped to ask me directions.
Later, Trucy. I feel like I need to ask directions myself here. Well, that was fruitless. Though I think I understand despair a little better now.
You did good, Apollo.
What?
Look, she's doing her nails.
What? Are Nails more important than defense. Is that it? Let's go, Trucy. Is that her?
Excuse me. Could you read this?
Sure. Oh, I just can't get into grad school. May retake classes for fall. I know you're probably not looking forward to that, but yeah, I guess if that's what you gotta do. I feel like a teenager on our first date. This is that love letter we passed from desk to desk at school.
Stop looking so wistful and read it, Apollo.
It's a business card with a name and an address. The name is Vera Misham. The address is for Drew Studio. Are you giving me this card because... Oh, her name's Vera. I am hungry, then get sustenance. Like a snack or something. Well, looks like we're finished here.
I wonder if Drew Studio is the scene of the crime.
Let's go find out. Okay, well, not going to the stadium, we're going to Drew Studio. Wow, this looks like... It looks like a studio.
It's like life imitating art, or maybe it's the other way around. But the tape on the ground there, it's a bit jarring.
Yeah, looks like we found our crime scene.
Apollo, look at all those paintings.
Hey, don't touch those.
It's okay, I'm just looking. Huh, Apollo, look at this one.
Looks half finished. You can still see the rough sketch underneath.
But that's odd, the rough part doesn't look like the rest of the painting at all.
Yeah, good point. That is odd. Craving chicken nuggies. Yo, are you going to get some frozen chicken nuggies, or are you going to go out to get some chicken nuggies?
Oh, the paintings have a really different style, too.
Before I do this, I will go ahead and drink Wawa. Which, by the way, chat, stay hydrated. Very important. Is this Mr. Wright? Oh, I thought I might find you two here. Oh, no. Emma, of course.
Emma, long time no see.
Oh? Seems like I run into you far too often. I'll bet I know why you're here, too. You know about the trial simulation tomorrow?
I've heard about it, sure. So Mr. Wright chose you, huh?
We don't even know what the case is about. Well, he was killed. The artist who owned the studio, that is. Mr. Drew Misham.
Misham?
And his daughter was put under arrest. Yeah, we saw her at the detention center.
It was funny, though. She seemed more like a victim than the kind of person who could commit murder.
You don't say. Not even by poisoning. That's how it was done, you know. Poisoning is a common way to get the job done when the murderer is a woman.
But poisoning?
Anyway, Mr. Wright told me you'd be coming.
Feel free to take a look around.
I'll just be over here with my snackoos. You can't talk to everyone related to the case this time around, which means we better find out as much as we can here at the scene. Or else. Yo, no! I thank you for those 10 bits, my friend. As you know, fun other big cup for some art as well. I appreciate it. Also, hi. Why is Emma perpetually eating? That's just her state of being. You had chicken nuggets. I'm jealous. What's with Chris and 3,000 donated bits? Yup, you got the monies. Examine.
Huh, Apollo, that's where the body was.
And that's the spot where Mr. Drew Misham passed away. He put the coffee mug to his lips, and the next moment, there's quite a bit of paint on the ground. See that half-painted painting there? He must have been working on that right up to the moment he died.
Wow, a true artist to the end.
Oh my gosh. Thank you know for the 100 bits with the spruce. As you know, for another big cup fills of art as well. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Are you feeling generous with those money? Exactly. I feel like everybody's been asking Chris that. It's like, yo, you got some money, you know, just lying around? What's my shirt of the day? It's Stardew Valley. You probably can't read it at all, but that's what it is. This is my most comfortable shirt, and I love it. A college graduate with no job. Same. Or maybe he started it a year ago and was procrastinating. A procrastinating artist? We wouldn't know somebody like that. Have to try something. I'm getting a summer job, hopefully. I'm looking at getting a part-time job in the next couple days. Be like Cameron, just... yeah. He'll take feet pics. Ugh.
That letterbox looks real funny sitting in a room like this.
Let's take a look. Empty. The other half of that letterbox is actually connected to the outside of the studio.
Mr. Mission would put his letters in there.
The postman took them away.
Impressive that someone still writes letters in this day and age. Or wrote, rather.
What is this painting?
Hey! There's a painting hidden back here!
Hey, you're right.
What if it's embarrassing somehow and you didn't want anyone to see it?
You certainly seem pleased by the possibility.
Huh, it's so normal.
That's hardly something to get mad about. Isn't that like the same painting that was like unfinished or whatever?
Huh? What is it, Apollo?
Well, doesn't this painting look like... Never mind. When does this game take place? I have no idea. I know that there are actual like years for the Phoenix Wright games, because I think that they were able to do it for like the first... I think they had a Twitter for the first game. They actually like did it or posted day by day. But I don't know when this one is specifically. Unfortunate. I have a screenshot of the day Noah wrote the dump truck command. Well, you know, it's okay to have the screenshot, but it's gonna stay there anyways, so... Just in case I'd make her... You know what, honestly, that's a really good reason to have done that too, not gonna lie. You ever just... Yep. 2026, 2028, I believe? Or I think. Okay. Okay. I better get a professional opinion on this. What with... ammo or the daughter?
Ah, that's the victim's coffee mug. Aha, so the poison was in here. This is my first time seeing a real poison mug of coffee.
I would hope so. Poison coffee? Not exactly, actually. What do you mean? No traces of poison were found in the coffee.
What?
You'll have to figure out the rest yourself. I'm officially not on your side, after all. Is this gonna be the same thing? I imagine the coffee cup was for guests to use.
Guests?
Did the police already analyze this cup too? Not a trace of poison was found on that cup. So the killer was after Drew Misham alone. Also, what? Hold on, what's the deal with the dude getting poisoned but poison not being in the cup?
I don't mind taking a closer look at those paintings. I just love oils, you know. They're so thick. Is that the word?
I guess. These paints are all dry. I'm just surprised at how different these all are.
Yeah, and what's going on with this half-finished one?
Must have been a work in progress. You can see the rough sketch below.
That's what's so weird. The sketch part doesn't really fit the finished parts.
I noticed. That is weird. Born the same year as Apollo? Yo, maybe you can be a lawyer too. I feel like I'm missing something here, but... Oh. Yeah, I would, because there's a whole nother side of the studio, huh?
Look at all these paints, Apollo. There's so many.
He's got
like 20 kinds of red. We could repaint your suit, Apollo. How about this shade of green?
Well, that'll be enough of that. Thanks. Let's take a look. Let's take a closer look at this test here. Something about the way that figure is posed.
I've seen that pose before. It's you, Apollo. See, you're making one of your flamboyant gestures.
Please, I'm a professional. I wonder why it's posed like that. Coincidence? Yo, green? So this is Drew Mishram.
And that little girl must be Vera.
Yes, they took that some time ago. They look close. A happy little family. Until you arrested his daughter. Ugh. Look, I was personally against that, okay? She just didn't seem very suspicious. Scientifically speaking. Uh-huh. Right. Which didn't have to go to the gym and you just get some nuggies. Well, how about you reward yourself with nuggies after going to the gym? Sounds like a good idea to me. Be 25 and about to become a lawyer yourself. Is this a journal?
Wow, talk about a clue. Let's read it.
What?
What is this, Apollo?
He didn't write the name of the killer, did he?
It's new. He didn't write a single line.
Oh, wait, did I mess up the dialogue there? Whatever.
Huh, you had me going there you had me going for a while there.
I'll probably do after, but I wish I had some now. Gosh, the age-old question, nuggies before the gym or nuggies after the gym? Lord.
Hey, Apollo, what's this feather thingy?
Isn't that a pen? Like an old-fashioned quill pen?
But it's not a pointy end.
That was most likely for sweeping, detritus off the desk? What? That, like, stuff for sculpting?
Wait, you sure know a lot, Emma.
Bold and scientific, that's my motto. Exactly what about that was bold or scientific? Can we look at that lamp? No? Okay. Oh, there's a door here. This envelope has been opened and resealed.
Oh, I know how to do that. Take a bottle of boiling water and hold the envelope up to the steam. The glue melts and it opens. Cool, huh?
Whoever did this wasn't so delicate.
You're right. Looks like they ripped it open and stuck it back together. Huh?
Postmark.
The postmark in this letter was from 7 years ago.
Why would somebody open a letter and then seal it again? I'd better hang on to this. Now, what the heck is this? I got some 3D printers over here?
What is all this equipment for? Doesn't look very artistic, really.
He had everything from a lathe to a laser cutter. Looks like he was ready to work on metals and wood, too. Though his equipment's a bit old, to tell the truth. Why would a painter need all this? From the dust, I'd say he hadn't used this stuff for years. This corner doesn't fit well with the rest of the studio.
Oh, do you think I could borrow this? I want to cut a quarter in half to make a trick coin.
This is a crime scene, Trucy.
But these cost like $50 at the magic shop. Is this desk for painting, Apollo?
That would be a drafting table.
Drafting?
Basically, it's a tool for making precise diagrams.
Wow, painting is harder than I thought.
Why would a painter need a drafting table? Is he an architect too? Okay. What is this? Let's take a closer look at this desk here. Oh! Alright, well, that's not what I thought I was gonna be. Is it gonna be the same thing? Yeah, no, it's the equipment one again. No, and we want to talk about this crane that's up here? Nope! I'm going to have to assume all of this is the same except for the drafting table.
So, this is, Drew Misham was some kind of artist?
Apparently. Did a lot of illustrations for books, I hear.
Had a lot of female fans too, for what it's worth. Oh, well, I guess his stuff is kind of pretty. Like that old painting over there, for instance.
Yeah. That wasn't one of his illustrations, actually. Huh? So it was a standalone painting or something? Is that what she means?
He was an odd bird, Dr. Misham.
Hadn't shown his face to anyone until the end.
What do you mean, to anyone?
He was always locked up here in the studio, apparently. His only connection to the outside world was through the letters he'd put through this letterbox there. Gym before Nuggy sounds optimal. I know, but a lot of people say that if you're going to do workouts, it's kind of best if you, like... If you, don't eat like you do the workout on an empty stomach, so that way you're burning more carbs, and then when you, after you eat, like, since your body will still kind of be in the phase of, like, I guess recuperating from the exercise, that it can burn off some of the calories that you consume. I don't know how much of that is true because I only work out with Ring Fit, so. But you know. Letters? Do people still write letters?
What do you mean, Apollo?
I mean, when was the last time you wrote a real letter? Don't most people use email and stuff these days?
Not Mr. Misham. Can't stand technology, it seems. He did everything by mail. Maybe he thought that it was in a pretty... maybe he thought that way was more artistic, you know?
Whatever. In any case, the only person besides him allowed in here was his daughter, Farah.
Oh, you mean the killer?
The suspect, please. We took some fingerprints, of course. The only ones found in the room were Mr. Misham's and Vera's, basically.
Basically?
Actually, last night, Mr. Misham gave an interview to a reporter for the first time. It happened during the interview, apparently.
His first interview ever?
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened the night of the murder? So, this woman, Vera, she's Mr. Misham's daughter, right?
Yup, a real sickly girl ever since she was little. Hardly ever went outside. She did kind of give off a withdrawn sort of aura.
She was homeschooled by her father, apparently. It was quite a scene when they took her to the detention center. She was screaming about how she'd die if they took her outside. That does sound like a scene. In the end, she agreed to leave as she was allowed her good luck charm for company.
Her good luck charm?
Apparently, she had this charm that can magically give her the courage to go outside. Why can I never get a normal client?
But why would a shut-in daughter kill her own dad?
Don't look at me. So, about the poison, it was found to be in his coffee, right? No, not precisely. Futaba vibes. Yeah, basically.
Not precisely? What does that mean?
It means see for yourself, I think. I'm getting ready for the job. I'm sorry, Empress, but maybe by the end of it you'll be satisfied with them gains you'll be getting.
Like I said, last night was the first time someone from the outside came into the studio. I guess mysterious painters who never go outside make for good articles.
And it just so happened that he died the night of his first interview? At around 9 p.m. every night, Vera always made him a cup of coffee. Last night, he drank his usual coffee and suddenly became violently ill.
And died? She poisoned him on the night of the interview. What did the reporter see?
He wasn't near Mr. Misham when she brought her father's coffee. He was checking out some equipment in the back of the room. Supposedly, that's why she didn't notice he was there. I was the reporter who called the police, in fact. Wait, but why is she the suspect? If anyone's suspicious, it's the reporter. Yet the reporter never got near Mr. Misham's coffee. Even Vera acknowledges that. Regardless, I want to know more about this reporter. Keep the thought of chicken nuggies in her mind. Yes, chicken nuggies. Chicken nuggies. At least I think my one brain cell could handle that, probably. Just thinking about chicken nuggies. I bet Emma could help us out here.
Don't forget, flattery will get you everywhere with her, Apollo.
Huh? What are you two whispering about? Well, I was thinking. I mean, what is it we always do when we run into you at a crime scene? What is it we always do? Scientifically.
Hi, you know me too well.
Okay. Okay, meaning we can get scientific now?
Oh, I suppose.
Just this once. Bring me anything you'd like suspicious, and we'll check it out. Imitate right, exactly, dude. Just grab the snackoos for the screen. Coffee mug. So, Emma, about this coffee mug. I hope you aren't trying to grill me for information. You know I'm not talking. Suppose you are the detective here. Why don't you two take a look at it yourselves? If you find a clue, I might not be unwilling to lend a hand.
I think she's going to help us, Apollo.
Let's check out this mug, shall we? Oh. Right! Checking the mug. Just went and got a snack. Yo, Josh, what'd you get? Yo, Cobble! What's going on, my friend? Hopefully you've had a good day today. Hopefully you have a good night as well.
Hey, look there! That stain doesn't look so healthy, Apollo. That must be the Blue Mountain stuff we've been hearing about.
Something tells me that even Blue Mountain coffee isn't this blue. No, this stain is probably... better ask Emma. Got a yogurt. Ooh, sounds good. Emma, about this mug. There's a pale blue residue on the rim.
Huh? That? Yes, well, it's just a rumor. But I've heard that there's a kind of coffee called Blue Mountain.
I'm pretty sure it isn't actually blue, Emma.
Right. Okay, you got me.
That's left over from my testing spray.
Forensic science. I knew your hobby was behind this somehow, Emma.
It's not a hobby.
So, what kind of scientific stuff were you up to?
This spray, that's what, turns blue when it touches poison. So, the poison that killed the victim was on this mug? That's right, see? It wasn't in the coffee. The killer applied it to the rim of the mug itself.
Wow, science sure is amazing.
It certainly is helpful. Maybe Emma'd be willing to help us out a bit more.
You should try buttering her up, Apollo. They say flattery will get you everywhere.
Certainly worth talking to her a bit more. Doing alright, Slow Dave. I finally finished your Netflix show and I'm so about how to end it. No, Cobble. But you also played a frick ton of Splatoon. Well, that should have at least been good, right? Halfway to level 63. Oh my god. I can't even fathom. Because, I don't play that game as much. About that poison analysis. I was afraid you were going to ask about that. See, this solution is used to test for... Atroquinine? Atroquinine, the deadly poison found in the autopsy. Uh-oh. I know that spark in her eyes. She's getting excited. Let's tread lightly. It's one of the most, virulent poisons. What are these words? We're back to the stuff that I can't pronounce again. Awesome. Aquamarine, right. But it absorbed the body astonishingly slowly. It takes at least 15 minutes from the time of ingestion for adverse effects to show. Oh, and guess what? Recent research has shown... That's fine, really. We don't need to know all the gory details.
I think I get it. You just spray the stuff on something you want to test, right? Precisely. You can find even the slightest trace of poison with this. I want to try too, Mama. Pretty please. You don't have to ask twice. I already use it on everything suspicious, of course. Yay, let's go to Will, Apollo.
What are you doing?
I was just seeing if I got a reaction off of you.
How's this for a reaction? Never do that again. I'm not poisonous.
Tell that to those hapless witnesses on the stand.
I thought that would have said hopeless there. Let's just get down to checking for real poisons, shall we? I don't think it's working. Love eating yogurt, but then I had to break, but then you learn how to break out from it, so I stopped. I'd get some, if it were me, I'd get some Trix yogurt. That's the classic, bro. Go on vacation on the 24th, but after that, I'll just be working on weekends. Whoo! Yeah, sounds awesome.
La-da-dee, la-da-doo, la-da-dum. La-da-dee, la-da-doo, la-da-dum. La-da-dee, la-da-doo, la-da-dum. Da-da-dum, da-da.
I don't think there's anything here that's poison. Earned all those hours to get off and nothing to use it on. I see. Self-invite yourself to Karen. You need to plan the Born Brawler trip? No. Why do we keep talking about that? I don't think this works. I think this spray is broken. Okay.
Too bad, no reaction there.
I'm sure Emma checked out all the likely spots. Wait a second.
What is it, Apollo?
Did you spray that little desk over there?
I don't think so. The spray probably can't reach that far, you know.
Let's check it out, just to be sure. Thank you. Would hate me more than he does already because I literally need a vacation. No! What? I do not hate. I do not hate you! You may think that, but it's not true. I'm just working non-stop till I plan something. How am I supposed to plan something? Is it on the figure? Nope. Is it on the thing? Nope. Is it in here? Nope. Is it on the letter? Nope. Oh. Is that like a small picture frame?
Ah, a reaction, Apollo. Where? Inside that cute little frame. Look. Well, would you look at that?
Nice going, Trucy.
I'm known to work magic.
Never mind that I was the one who found it. Why would that be inside of the riddle? Why would the inside of that frame have poison on it? Looks like we found the only other place that was poisoned, in any case. You think about it? Nope, not working. Emma, about this.
Oh, that. Yes, why, that's a bright red envelope.
She sure is jumpy.
Someone opened this, didn't they?
My lips are sealed. Your lips are sealed. That's a first. You mean, you know what's inside the envelope?
Sure. I read it after all. Ah! You mean you're the one who ripped this open? Ha! Please. I would have steamed it open. But she did sneak a peek at it, apparently. Know that I have a powerful weapon on my side. Weapon? Yes, the use of tools. Highly specialized tools for information gathering. Gotta go by Empress, enjoy your outing to the gym, and make sure to get those chicken nuggies after, so that way you can reward yourself properly. Tools I wouldn't mind getting my hands on. You should try flattering her, Apollo. They say a little praise can open big doors. Never heard that one, but it's good advice. Let's try talking to her some more. About that envelope we found. I was wondering if you could help us out with that tool you were mentioning. You want to know about my tool, do you? It's called an X-ray analyzer. X-ray? Like the X-rays you get at the dentist? That's right. At least that's what I call it. Huh? It has a real name, but it's much more complicated. The X-rays, spectralization. Something. How am I supposed to remember all that? So, basically, it lets you see inside things, like envelopes. That's right. You're sharp, JC. But it's a bit more complicated than that, in practice, of course. Actually, to tell the truth, I'm not really sure how it works, scientifically. Can I try it out, Emma? Please? Oh, I suppose. Of course, I've already checked out everything suspicious myself. Alright, let's give it a spin, Apollo.
Ah, what are you doing?
Oh, I was just seeing if I could see through your hair. But it's like lead.
Point that at me any more and I all might fall out. Might all fall out. Same difference.
Then I wouldn't need an X-ray machine to see through it.
Let's just get down to business, shall we?
Right, let's test it on a sample first. Just so happens that I have a lottery ticket here. You set the sample on the device like so.
I don't see anything.
Patience, there's no need to get all antsy. Look at the right side of the screen. That's the layer view of the envelope. Layer view? I've got to set the display the outside of the envelope now, see? Actually, it's quicker to just have you give it a try. Turn that dial there for me, would you? That's right, that's how you choose what depth you want to scan. Hey, I got something! See, that's how you read the letters on the ticket inside. Cool, huh?
Except I can't read them.
Just turn the dial a little more. What you have to understand is that a sheet of paper isn't really flat at all. When you zoom in that much, you see what the paper is like in a bunch of hills and valleys. Wow, really? This X-ray device uses a beam with a wavelength of only 0.05 microns. It breaks cards down into thin layers, so it can only show what's written on that layer.
I'm not entirely following you, but what good is it if you can't read anything?
That's why we go on to step 2. Try rubbing the image a bit, if you would. The image? You mean rub the screen?
I'm doing it.
There, that fixes the image on the screen. Now turn the dial again, just a little more. Good, now you can rub this image to fix it, too. Hey, I get it. Just keep doing this until we've got the whole thing. Exactly, not bad. Hey, let's do some more.
Oh boy. So dang hot in your room because your window you had to barricade it. Oh no. Can't turn on the AC. Oh my gosh, couple, why do you have a hoodie on, bro? Lord. Do you have... Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm with yellow. Know what it's like with no AC? I know what it's like with no AC, because I can't turn it on or else it shows up on stream, and I like my decent stream quality. Camera still hasn't added the 25K bit badge on Pog. Sorry, I can get to it. I swore I added though. I guess I don't. It's probably just in concept in that Google Doc, but won't take me long to actually get fixed. Have fan on me, always survive to keep the dog downstairs. The short sleeve hoodie. I mean, if it's short sleeve, that's okay, but I mean, if you don't need that layer, then I would pass on it personally. Uh, oh, wanted me to go back?
Okay, let's print this one out. Ouch! You lose!
At least you know where you stand, eh?
Anyway, now you see the true hidden power of my weapon. Neat, huh? Now let's try it out on the real thing, shall we?
I'll turn on the AC because the bugs won't be attracted to the light of your room. Ah, that makes sense. I have to say, this is pretty neat. Pretty neato, as Oliver would say.
Okay, let's print this one out.
$100,000. Okay. But I will be going to bed at who knows when. You trying to go to bed early for fun? Yeah, how's that turning out, Yellow?
Someone deposited $100,000 into Mr. Misham's account? His pennies must be really valuable.
There's another page in there. Care to take a look?
You bet I do. If you're going to read someone's mail, you might as well read it all.
Here goes for the second page then. Okay, well, I don't know about, like, going through a second page, but oh well. Yo on the side, that looks like a E. Okay, this should be the last one. You went to the bed early for the first time in how long? Yeah, I was about to say, early probably means like, probably like 12:30 a.m. So the papers and send it in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp. Within 3 days? Is that what that says? I need not remind you to speak of this to no one.
So it was a letter about payment for one of his paintings.
Why all the secrecy, though? And
what?
why was this letter the only one in here? It's 7 years old, right?
Maybe it held some significance to him. Well, Emma?
Well, indeed. She knows something she's not telling us. Looks like she's keeping mum about it. Whenever I'm getting frustrated or angry, because normally if I'm frustrated or angry, I'm super tired or super hungry. You know what? That's a pretty decent one. Between 12 and 1. Haha, I knew it! 2, totally forget about what I'm doing Mother night. Probably nothing important. Yep. That's when I usually sleep. I am sorry. I feel like I've been such a terrible influence on everybody. Because, and I mean, maybe I haven't been. That's just everybody's lives. But, like, for real, though. For real? It's just like, I feel like I keep, like, what, it's me staying up and doing, like, late night streams and stuff has, like, impacted everybody else. Oh, yes, you have. I'm so sorry. I have to apologize. I did clean my desk, sort of. Well, even sort of. No, that works. So Emma, I was wondering, what's the story about this reporter that came in here for the story of the night of the crime?
Ah, I'm afraid I can't tell you because he's going to be a witness tomorrow, I hear. I thought so.
I'll never forget that face, but what was his name?
Oh, right. Brushel.
Russell. He's after a scoop to sell to the papers. So a reporter comes for an interview with a painter, his first interview ever, and that's the night he's killed. And that night he's killed. Seems strange to you?
Really strange.
It does raise a few questions. I'd like to speak with this reporter if I could. Well, I hear he's on the beat today, too. He said something about covering a magician. Magician? Well, if it's not Trucy, that only leaves one other person.
It wasn't Valent Grammar by any chance, was it?
Yeah, something like that. He's got some big show lined up, I hear. Thank you, Josh, for getting that. I appreciate it. Doing good mod stuff. I usually stay up either because of gamer and streamer. I'm trying to do last minute work I've been putting off all day. Yeah, I'm sorry. I will try not to make this a 5-hour stream. I swear. I promise. So he's out there interviewing Valent Grammar. Looks like I'll be heading out to that Coliseum again sooner than I thought. Here, I'll give you that reporter's card if you want.
I'll take it.
Sure. Emma, I was wondering if you could take a look at this.
Look, I'm a detective. A detective! You can't just ask me any old thing and expect an answer, okay? I think you need to be a little more focused in your inquiries. Scientific, even.
So I knew she'd get around science. I don't have any mods, so I just let Nightbot purge links. You know what? That makes sense. I don't think there's anything else. Takes care of those. Yeah, wanna be famous? Just go to this link. Oh, there's a new balloon there.
Woohoo! This is it, Apollo! The place where magic and dreams converge!
Just a while ago, it was a place where murder and nightmares converged.
Let's go say hi to Uncle Valent.
What about the case? Oh, gosh. Whoa!
Only a performer laughs like that.
The young Miss Trucy. How often I'd hope we'd meet again to tell myself it was an impossible dream.
Uncle Valent, how's it going? I'm glad to see you too.
Of course you are. Humility is definitely not one of his stronger suits. Well, Miss Trucy, how does the day find you? If you come to give me flowers, do it after the show, I beg you.
Actually, we came to wish you good luck. And congratulations on your big magic show.
Oh, but it is I who wish to congratulate you. Not everyone is so lucky as to witness miracles such as I shall perform. Oh. I want to become fam. I don't know about that one, Yellow. I was being a fatty and looking for more snacks. Josh, it's not true. Yeah, you're amazing. We get the picture. World will watch and wonderment as magnifies illusions are reborn. Yo, Scallywag 2001. Thank you so much for that follow, my guy. I very much appreciate it. Hopefully you're enjoying stream, and hopefully you're having a good night too. Can we all be fam together? Together. Jeez. The world will watch in wonderment as magnifies illusions are reborn. Here on stage by my hand. Yo, it's late enough in stream, so let me ask, what did everybody have for dinner tonight? I had chili dogs and fries, and it was freaking delicious. Spaghetti. Yo, spaghetti sound good. You made burgers. Yo, because of keto, yeah, I understand that. I made burgers. I had a piece of chocolate cake. Kim! Yo, Kimberly, how's it going? Hopefully you're having a good night tonight. You know what? I don't blame the chocolate cake. Actually, you know what? After stream, I might just grab a slice of chocolate cake that I have sitting. Before I leave, real quick, I had Zaxby's. Got it, Josh? Had some leftover chicken. It was disgusting, so I ate it, and then I had some yogurt. Fair enough. Kim, guess what happens in 5 minutes? Eat one. Actually, you know, I'll let him say it. Sam's has some pretty good frozen patties. Kick W.
Everyone's talking about the big magic show. Is it true that the Grammar Miracle is back after a 7-year absence?
Miss Trucy, I must apologize. This show and this honor should have been his.
Daddy.
My co-magician in training, Zach Grammar, if that terrible thing hadn't.
It's okay.
Your father was a great magician, Trucy. If he were alive, then I, Valen Grammar, have been proud to stand upon the stage as his assistant.
Thanks, Uncle Valen. You know, I'm happy you're doing the show. I think we get to see the great Magnifi's illusions again.
Congrats on being old, Peekabag. Yep. We're going to get 3 packages in the next 3 days. Yo, is that because you're spending more money? I'd say that, but I just bought, like, a whole lot of stuff, so. Hopefully you enjoy the packages, Noah. Can you email me a piece of chocolate cake? Yo, getting food through the mail again. She really is looking forward to this, isn't she?
My mentor, the magnificent Magnifi Grammar, was a true deity among magicians. Creator god who gave birth to magic and illusions that defied our very imaginations.
I was so little when I last saw one, but I remember his shows. He did wheelies in a sports car through the air above the audience, and then sped off to outer space faster than the speed of sound.
I'm guessing that memory was a little bit embellished.
For 7 long years, the world has been waiting for a miracle to match us. As heir to the Grammar Troop's secrets, it falls to me to provide one. It is my God-given destiny. Yes, you, Nameless Face who speaks for the nameless masses, how can I help you?
If the world was waiting, why did you hold off for 7 long years?
It appears the lad is uninformed. Perhaps you've heard of the magic known as law, which governs our land.
I have, though I'm not sure it qualifies as magic.
The performance of Magnifi's miracle was impossible. A certain law prevented it for 7 years, but no more.
7 years? That phrase sure likes to pop up, doesn't it?
And why was that?
Well, this is freaking sound like DL6. It's like everything's converging to be like from 7 years ago. I was 14 when you met you. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Makes me feel old. Because I'm already old. I bought way too much stuff over the last couple of weeks. I mean, again, I just literally spent like a whole lot of money. That's all I'll say. So I can't blame you. Speaking of packages, that Pokemon pack giveaway I was talking about a while ago, that's showing up on Friday. Ooh, interesting. Signature 3DS is back from the UK. Oh, that's true! That should be really exciting. 23, when did we start talking? Well, I don't remember specifically. I just remember, or I don't remember the specific date or time. I just remember it was definitely at a Fire Dragon stream, because one of the two of us mentioned something about, like, and it wasn't something specific like where we lived. It was probably like where we were going to college or whatever. And we heard Alabama, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I live near you. And then DMs happen, and then yay. I think it was a Sunshine stream. I'm pretty sure it was that. I'll be 25 this fall. Oh. Everybody's growing up so fast. I was getting snacks. He just wanted you to do the, emotes for Franker Facey and stuff like that.
A little matter called performance rights, Miss Trucy.
Can you tell us about these performance rights?
Magnifi's magic relied on an incredibly innovative idea. A trick, if you will. That trick was considered his property, and as such was protected by property laws. Intellectual property, maybe? Magnifi knew this and bequeathed it in his will. To one person. You mean him? Yes, Miss Trucy, it was your father. Zach Grammar was the inheritor of the Grammar miracle.
Daddy!
Yet, as you well know, he is gone. He disappeared suddenly, 7 years ago.
I think I see where the story is going. Once a person is classified missing for a certain period of time, they're considered legally deceased, correct?
In all absoluteness, those rolled-up sleeves concealed your competence well, young man. That certain period of time of which you speak. is 7 years.
Huh.
Yes, Miss Trucy. Though it pains me to say it, this past spring, April to be precise, was the time your father was legally declared deceased. In the absence of a formal will, the secrets of our mighty mentor Magnify passed to me. This was, in fact, stipulated by the will by Magnify himself.
Is that how it works, Apollo?
Yeah, it's called death in absentia. He's declared missing permanently.
Daddy.
Dude, freaking poor Trucy, man. That's because I saw you do it wrong, lol. Yo, happy real birthday, Peekaback! Woo! I wish I had like a party pop or whatever. I could just do something like that. But yo, Peekaback, congratulations on being 1 year older. It's gotta feel really magnificent, right? But anyways, dude, hopefully you have a good day today. Again, we got the Nintendo stuff coming, and I'm sure you'll enjoy that. And hopefully you'll get some nice gifts or something else, or just be able to relax. Whatever happens, hopefully it's a good day, my friend. And congratulations, happy birthday! Do I need to present any of this? I was wondering if you could tell me about this. Aha! Why, that bears the grammar I seal!
Uncle Valen, is something wrong?
Birthday bits. Yo, Kimberly, thank you for the 5 party popper bits. Those are for Peekback. We'll just pretend. Thank you for those bits, though. As you know, phone of that big cup fills up my heart as well. I appreciate it. I stopped being a teenager during COVID. Yikes. Mine's like 2 months. I'm dreading it. Dude, Cobble, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I gotta wake up early for the Nintendo Direct. Well, you don't have to wake up early, but if they have a big announcement or do something like Breath of the Wild 2 stuff, you don't want to get spoiled and stuff like that. None of you can complain about our age. We just can't complain about it to you, Chris. That's it. I need to sleep. I have work tomorrow. Kimberly, if you are going to go ahead and go to sleep, which, you know, hopefully you do. You have work tomorrow. Hopefully you have a good night. Thank you so much for coming by stream, and hopefully you do have a good day at work tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming by, friend. Just donate your age to us. That'd be interesting.
Trucy, where did you get this?
Huh? Daddy gave it to me.
Your daddy? Is that grammar?
No, my other daddy, Phoenix Wright.
Why now? Why would your Lord Daddy...
Lord Daddy. Lord Daddy. That's kind of stretching the whole archaic thing a bit.
This signature upon the back, do you recognize it? That belongs to none other than Jack Grammari.
What? Daddy signed this?
Might I be so bold as to open it?
I'm sorry, but I can't let you do that. What's in this envelope, I wonder? Okay, well, that was a little dramatic, need to say.
So, a journalist was here on a story? All eyes in the universe are upon my stage. All pens seek to commit its mysteries to paper.
His name is Brushel.
Brushel.
I think he remembers him.
He doesn't look too happy about it.
Brushel. That cloying smell of mint when he smiles. Yes.
Could you tell us more about him? What did he want?
Yeah, Lord Daddy, that sounds... it's just, like, weird. Like, it seems so extra. My body, since they're broken and deteriorating. Well, you did it to yourself, Josh. It is Phoenix and Ferb's parents' canonical wedding anniversary. I did watch that. I did not know that it was today, though. Because that's the same episode where they got, oh, what was the band called? Gosh, I love that episode, though. I wish I could remember that. Oh, I can't remember the name of the band, but that's like one of my favorite episodes of Phineas and Ferb, though. I love that one. Where'd you find 80-year-old Burns? Yep, he did it to himself. Your first job wrecked your back? Yep, I heard a little bit about that. Just stop breaking them, dude. Easy. Well, I mean, hopefully we won't be doing that anymore, Josh. I might not be there next time.
A man by that name called on me just now.
Just now?
Fallon's mission is always towards tomorrow. Fallon's feet step always forward. That is all.
That's all? Very confusing.
I am to perform a big magic show, yes. I wanted somebody to cover it. Yet he had ears only for that incident.
That incident?
In any case, I requested that the rapacious reporter remove himself. So a painter has died. What of it? It is but a footnote in the footlights compared to the magic of Grammar.
Uncle Valen, do you know where the reporter went?
I recommend he visit a place popular with penalized perpetrators.
A detention center?
He was a rude individual. Might I see that card?
Sure.
He would tear apart my respectability. I will tear apart him.
Whew, here comes Apollo. Uncle Valen's big magic trick.
Is he going to fix the card? Not sure that qualifies as big magic.
What happened to the big magic?
Ha 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 ha! It is not more miraculous for it to stay ripped.
He must have not really liked that journalist.
Now the time has come when I must return to make my
prestidigitation preparations. My God, look, man, you look cool. You got some style, some flair to you, but man, could you please be more gentle on the wordplay? I already have a hard enough time.
By your leave, Miss Trucy.
Thanks, Uncle Valen.
3 days from now, make ready for a miracle.
That might be foreshadowing. What do you think that journalist was after? Why did Valen react like that to this envelope?
I think it's time to pay the detention center another visit.
Love handle. Ah, thank you. Yes, we're bringing the band back together. God, not Candace. Candace is the name of Phineas and Ferb's sister. Oh, wait. This guy doesn't know that Cameron didn't pass fractional English. No! Plus, I only took I technically only took one English class during my college time, because the first one I actually clucked. Which means that I basically took a test that just, like, made it so that I didn't have to take a semester of that specific class. And the second time I took it, it wasn't taught really by an English teacher. It was actually taught by, like, an African-American literature professor. And, like, they were the only people who could teach it at the time. So they took it on, and, like, we learned a whole lot about African-American literature and not really about English per se. So both of my English, and of course I still had to write papers. I think I had to write 3 papers for that class. But even then, it was like, she was very lenient with the work, I think, compared to like an actual English professor. I got very, very lucky. I think if there's one thing I can say about my college experience, anything that was lucky, it was definitely like just English in general, like having like not hard English classes at all. A 5-page essay every week. Hoo boy! Or what is it? Sutro. Hoo boy. Finna get food? Yo, get yourself some food, pick it back. I don't have love handles, I have death grips. What? Okay. Alright, detention center. Are you going to have the man we are trying to meet? Hopefully he's not badgering the witness. I think I hear what you're saying. We're all doing it for the money. End quote.
No, not at all.
Looks like somebody's already meeting here.
Maybe that reporter.
Oh, this guy. Oh, this guy. I've seen this guy. I don't like this guy. I've seen him. Oh, God. Your English 101 professor was the laziest person. It was so funny. Yes, I did know. I do remember about that.
Hey, Hey there, how you doing? Who might you be?
Sorry, we didn't know someone was already here. I'm Apollo Justice, attorney at law. Talk about a nervous monkey. I think he put on too much blush. He's got too much everything going on, just saying.
You're Justice, you?
You know me?
Do I know ya? Of course I know ya. Stares down witnesses on stand till they spill beans. End quote.
That's not true. What's he writing?
Are you a reporter by any chance? Whoa, you're a Trucy. Huh? Am I famous? Oh yeah! Trucy Wright hates carrying a bag. Puts everything she owns in her panties. End quote. Heek! That's so not true. Just hold on to your britches there. I'll wrap up this interview in a jiffy. Interview? So, guard, I think I know what's going on here. Guarding rooms is my life. What else could I possibly need? End quote.
No, how many times do I have to tell you this? Look, I've got work to do. You deal with him.
Did you come here to interview the guard? Hooey, what a pickle. Accused wouldn't talk. Had to interview someone or go plumb crazy. End quote.
Oh my gosh, so he is basically like freaking... The way he talks reminds me of Lot of Heart. Gosh, what a name I thought I would never have to freaking talk about again. Why did his nose pulsate? Don't ask, Yellow. Don't ask.
Huh?
I should have guessed.
Where are my manners? Name's Breschel, Spark Breschel. I'm not picky. Journalist just closes his eyes, writes. End quote.
What's that nauseatingly strong mint smell every time he grins?
So you've been interviewed by me, you don't know what thrilling is. Wild romp through crossroads of mayhem and madness. End quote.
I can see that. He's writing something again. Well, if he's a reporter, maybe he knows something. Good old Lot of Heart, yep.
So, Mr. Breschel, you're a journalist? Me? Look, let me state one thing for the record here. Yes? I'm the interviewer. You understand, yes? I'm the one asking the questions here. End quote. Okay. For instance, you think a movie director watches movies? Well, I think he probably does. Exactly. I knew you'd understand.
Huh?
So, the night of the murder, you're at Drew's studio? Who, me? Look, let me state one thing for the record. Yes? I may look calm and collected, but I'm busy, real busy, always on the road. Journalist always buys one-way tickets, never looks back. End quote. I can understand that philosophy, but... You want to know the thing about one-way tickets? Once you get used to them, once you use them, they're gone. All because you have to give them to the guy at the airport. True enough. But don't they give normal tickets away too? Exactly, see, it's the same thing. What is?
He's disturbing a lot. You're going to bed for real now? Okay, Kimberly. Good night. This probably is a good time to leave. But hopefully you have a good night. Hopefully you have a good day at work tomorrow.
Thank you for coming by, my friend.
Oh my god, Yellow. I read that and I swore that Kimberly had just written the same thing twice. I'm like, oh no, Yellow's being Yellow again. I should have known.
So, you went to do a story on True Mission. And you never had a story done about him before? That's right. Look, let me state one thing for the record here.
How many records are you going to frickin' state?
What? I'm sure you're going to want to know about my source. What tipped me off to Drew? Why did I interview him in the first place? Well, yeah. Look, it's like... Oh, I got it. Say there's this burger joint with fabulous ketchup. You think that the burger guy's going to tell me where he got it? At the supermarket, maybe? Exactly. See, that's what I'm talking about.
I think I may have actually understood that one.
Well, there's nothing I can talk about, really. Walls have ears, eyes, especially glass walls with speakers. End quote.
Right. I guess we'll leave then.
But since you're here, might as well tell you a tidbit of news I saw, just for the heck of it. Sure, tell us. Just for the heck of it. I remember like it was yesterday. I'd seen a movie on a trip and wandered into this burger place with amazing ketchup, when an article in the tabloid caught my eye. Famous oil painting stolen from art dealer's gallery. End quote. I believe it was.
Oh God! Oh, I did not expect. Oh God! Is this case 3 or 4? This is case 4. An oil painting?
Happens every day, right? But I thought I'd seen that painting somewhere before. A painting of a giant peach floating down a river.
Why does he do that? Why does he do that? Why does he do that? Someone stole an oil painting of a giant peach.
Journalists can smell scoop better than boogers. End quote.
I don't. Yes, they did. This is. Oh God.
Alright, let me go on the record here. Yes? I know what you're going to say. Brushel, take this. Write brilliant column. End quote.
I don't think so.
Look, buddy, I write brilliant columns about one thing, and that's food. Try to understand.
What could he possibly be writing? He didn't listen to a word I said. Okay. I always forget about the serenade. Oh, God. Yeah, I was about to say, there's nothing about the serenade here. Wait, Oh, I guess I'm not able to do anything. Okay. What am I supposed to present to him? I was about to say, I guess I can't examine Vera behind the thing. I think her name's Vera.
Well, how'd it go? Find anything out?
Actually, there was one thing I wanted to check with you. What's with that scary face you're making? What's with the I know something but I'm not telling face you've got going, Emma? The puffed cheeks you This painting came from behind that dresser.
Ah, yes. So?
It was stolen, no.
I was hoping you wouldn't figure that out.
Do you think you could tell us a bit about this?
I suppose.
It's what you think. Drew Misham was a forger.
A forger?
Yo, that's kind of whack.
So, what exactly is a forger?
Well, basically, it's someone who makes forgeries. Fakes, in other words.
Fakes?
Copies of an original. Exact copies, so precise you can't tell them apart.
Well, why not just photocopy them?
The big problem with forgeries is that people try to sell them as a real article. It's a crime, of course.
So Drew Misham was
a criminal? I'm afraid so. He received money to create elaborate forgeries to supplement his work in illustration, I guess. I see. Actually, that's why I brought this here in the first place. What do you mean? When you're trying to determine if a painting is a forgery, the rough sketch underneath can be a visible clue.
So the rough sketch is like practice for the real thing. Like doing a magic trick in front of a mirror before you go on stage.
But not in the case of a forgery. Not necessarily, anyway. You know what the finished product is going to look like after all.
Oh, yeah, I guess you would.
That's why I brought this. I'm going to use it to see what's under the paint of the finished pieces. I get it now. Not that I really need to go to such lengths, seeing as one of these paintings was only half finished anyway.
Still, But you need to see Mr. Misham's rough sketches. Kind of like what he was drawing when he thought no one was looking.
True. That would be interesting and maybe valuable for our case.
You should try buttering her up, Apollo. Flattery will get you everywhere, they say.
Maybe I should ask him to help us out.
This is like that one Pop Tropica Island.
Bro, what? I kind of wanted to see the rough sketch into this painting. And I was wondering if your tool there might be, might could do the trick.
Oh, fine. Just this time, though. Let's check it out.
Oh, we can actually select it. Thank goodness. It's weird, but okay, so pay attention to the small noise that it makes after I finish a page here. That noise when, like, it flickers and lights up. For some reason, that sound reminds me of, like, the pickup noise, like when you pick up an item in Wind Waker. Like, if you were, like, pick up a joy pendant or a golden feather or something like that. Just any of those kinds of items. That's what it reminds me of.
Okay, let's print this one out.
What the... What the heck?
Wow, he really blows. The painting isn't anything like the rough.
Devices like mine didn't exist until recently. He probably thought he could draw any sort of thing he wanted to for the rough.
What do you mean?
Well, in the past, you could only analyze the composition of a rough sketch.
Composition?
In other words, the traces of the charcoal between the paint and the canvas. So you could tell if there had been a rough sketch. But not what it looked like. Ah, I think I follow you. So in essence, it wouldn't matter what was underneath the finished painting.
Some pros would actually paint out a rough sketch entirely.
Then do a completely new painting on top of that.
So Mr. Misham was drawing whatever he wanted before painting over them?
Possibly. Is there a problem with that?
Not particularly, but something about the sketch itself is kind of odd.
You're awfully silent all of a sudden, Apollo.
You think we can check out one of the other paintings?
Well, sure. You like this detection stuff, don't you?
I'd say it's concerning the stuff we find, more so. What the heck was that all about? That time we got a, I was gonna, like, say one of the items you picked up, like a chew jelly. What's the name of one of those? Like the hero's crest that's like the belt that you can get? Come on, thank you. Pizza Pocket, is that what you got for eating? Oh my gosh, what is this? What is going on? Knight's Crest, thank you, Josh. What? This one too!
What's wrong, Apollo? You look so serious all of a sudden.
You think I could just look at the last of these?
Fine by me. Knock yourself out.
Lead singer in the band Mayhem unavailed himself because he thought he was already dead. Oh. Interesting. Bro, I swear. Oh, unalived himself. Oh. Yeah. In all seriousness, yes, thank you for not saying, you know, that word. Try to keep it nice and try to keep the good vibes here. Bro, don't freaking tell me. What the heck is all of this? I hesitate to ask why you're getting so excited. You're sure your device isn't leaking some kind of strange radiation? Trucy, look at all these 3 sketches. Do you not notice anything? Herlock Sholmes is trending on Twitter. Yes, freaking Herlock Sholmes.
Ah! There!
You're both white as sheets. What's going on? These sketches of the 3 cases are just worked on.
What?
The murder in the poker room at the Borscht Bowl Club. The dead man pulling the noodle stand. And then the events that transpired during the Gaviners concert.
What could it mean? How could he have painted those things? And why?
That's what I want to know.
Wait, is Drew Misham your father?
Give me a break. Does that seem even remotely possible to you? I'd never even heard of any Drew Misham before. I hadn't even seen a picture of him. But there were my cases, drawn on his canvas. Every single one of them. It couldn't have been a coincidence. Just, who was this Drew Misham? What did he have to do with me?
Bro, what the heck? What kind of... What? What?
Okay. Alright, Peekback, yo. Hopefully you enjoy your time. What were you playing earlier? Tetris? Hopefully if you're playing Tetris, hopefully you enjoy that. Hopefully you have a good rest of your night, Peekback. And also, since I guess I'll probably see you tomorrow, until then, have a good birthday! Good morning!
So, you're Vera, right? I'm Trucy Wright. That's right with a W, but not right, right? We're on your side. You can tell us everything, or anything, please? Good morning.
She speaks!
Not bad, but I think you'd do better with a little smile, you know? You're so pretty, you need to sell yourself, you know?
Trucy, let's take it easy for starters.
Thank you for taking my case.
Okay, well that's a start, I guess. There she goes with the nail polish again.
That's great, really. That's so cultured. Want to try? Who, really?
Girls. Girls! The victim, Drew Misham, was a forger, and a stolen painting was found in his studio. A life of crime, really, and maybe one that led to his death. Consider your chair deciding what you want to do tonight. Play a game on the Switch, grind your shiny ho up to level 100, or do something else or sleep. I mean, if you're already feeling tired, then I mean you can go ahead and go to sleep. But I mean, yeah, there's probably a good few things you could do if you want to get back to Splatoon, or I don't know if you want to get back to speedrunning, if you have the time now. So I don't know. Watch.
Well, we will begin the trial of Vera Misham.
Is the judge okay? His voice is all raspy, and he's looking around all nervous like.
The repercussions of today's trial will most likely be felt for a long time, and may indeed alter our legal system forever.
Today is a test of the juris system,
and the first step towards a new order in our courts.
Daddy's secret mission!
The jurists will function like a jury. It is hoped their inclusion will help the courts to better reflect the people's will.
Why aren't there any jurists in the courtroom?
3 closed-circuit cameras watch this courtroom at all times. The jurists have access to everything that transpires. Jurists judge well and judge cool.
Now, see here, Prosecutor Gavin. I was going to say that.
My apologies, Judge.
Judge today's trial coolly, if you would be so kind.
The jurists are unbound by the letters of the law. They don't affect the trial with evidence, but by their feelings. And we're about to find out just what effect they're gonna have. I'm just not feeling it. I was thinking of Pokemon Shield, but I have a post game to do. I'm not up to that. I have a console speed run on my desk. I could set it up. Do whatever. I mean, it was just a suggestion, man. And that's just if you want to go for any attempts. But I mean, feel like now that you got the time, and if you were still interested in doing that, maybe you could. Just an idea.
Very well, Prosecutor Gavin. The details of the case, if you would.
The victim is painter Drew Bishop. He was killed in his own studio. His coffee was poisoned. By whom, you ask? By none other than the defendant, Vera Mission.
There wasn't any poison in the coffee.
Octum. Someone has been doing their homework. Indeed, poison was not present in the coffee, but on the mug itself.
The mug! Oh, residue was found on the rim, I see.
Again, water. What your body needs to live.
The autopsy report describes the manner of our victim's death.
The court accepts this as evidence.
4 more corpses left of the Yo, Yellow, man, you've been making some progress. Hopefully you post an update picture. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it.
According to the report, the victim's death was caused by atroquinine poisoning.
Or atroquinine? Oh. Aquamarine. Thank you, Yellow.
A chemical compound that does not occur naturally. Lethal dosage is a mere 0.002 milligrams. A touch of atroquinine in the body is the touch of the Reaper Scythe.
Very well, Prosecutor Gavin, you may present your witness.
I have for you today a simple man for a simple case. A man who witnessed the murder in its entirety.
That journalist, no doubt.
The witness will state his name and occupation.
Hey, you're starting with it already.
Right. Well, for starters, my name is Spark Brushel. The job is a lone observer of the world.
In other words, a freelance journalist, right?
If you don't mind, I'd like to state something here for the record.
Yes, Mr. Brushel?
I dislike conclusions, specifically the jumping to aspect of conclusions. Preconceptions make parked spandocks of endless desert waste. End quote.
But you're a journalist. You said so yourself yesterday.
Well, that's true, yes. But you must understand I stand before you today as a man with a dream. I'm offering you my testimony in exchange for exclusive rights to the story. Scoop turns Mr. Brushel into that Mr. Brushel. End quote.
Oh, God. Yo, thank you, Yellow. I'll take a look at it later. I always love the corpse.
Let's hear your testimony then, shall we?
A simple case, huh, Gavin? For me, the jury is still out.
I visited the studio around 9 that night to do the interview. The first outsider to enter the, atelier.
I think that's how it's pronounced.
Journalistic history made. End quote. His daughter brought us coffee right after we started. And you know what happened next. Star falls. End quote. No one else entered the room besides her the whole time.
That does sound like a simple case. Unless you were the one who poisoned him.
Well, what are you saying, Judge?
Need I remind you the cameras are rolling today. I felt the need to do a bit, to be a bit dramatic.
You didn't do it, did you?
Me do a thing like that? Come on, that's like newsmaker making the news, end quote. Or even contemporary witch hunt, end quote. I know, wild accusations rock courtroom, end quote.
Rock indeed.
Prosecutor Gavin sure looks like he's having fun.
I'm so happy for him.
Very well, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination, please.
I visited the studio around 9 that night to do the interview.
9 at night? Isn't that a little late for an interview?
The great painter Drew Misham says, come at 9, leave you me. I go at 9. The first, as it turned out, last interview with such a prolific painter.
Right. Can you tell us what it was like when you arrived? You were the first reporter ever in Drew's studio?
Posterity will look back on that night as a turning point in journalistic history. A basically insignificant step for all mankind, but a giant step for that Brushel guy, end quote.
If no one on the outside ever had access to the studio, then it would serve to reason that the deed wasn't done by an insider, by which he means Vera did it. So how does this epoch-making interview go?
You gotta press him.
Would you mind being a little more specific?
Hooey, let me tell you, I enjoy a cuppa. In fact, it all began when I was in 3rd grade. No, wait, 4th grade.
That's not what I meant. I believe I know what Air Forehead is driving at. This coffee the victim was served. Did anyone other than the defendant touch it? Right, that. That's what I was going to say, really.
Well, now, if you got a question to ask, you best straight up ask it. That's what I tell all the new recruits several times if necessary. Right for a grade schooler. That's my motto. Which isn't to say I'm...
Who touched the coffee?
Dunno. I was in the back looking at the studio's equipment when she served it.
Yo, Ander, what's going on? Hopefully you've had a good day today and are having a good night so far. Yes, we are on to case 4, and we finished the, I guess, investigation, and this is supposed to be a mock trial. Or not a mock trial, this is a trial in which they are testing out the juristic system, where we are now going to have a jury instead. So, what's the crime? Poisoning. And so the guy who died was a forager who forged paintings and also had stolen a painting, and the accused is the daughter. Yeah. And we're currently interviewing the witness, who is the only other person who was there at the scene of the crime. Which, I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense, but, you know.
And what happened next?
Which, by the way, this guy, I'm sorry in advance. What's the daughter's name? Vera. Vera... What's her last name? Mitchell? Oh, Misham. Vera Misham.
What's this about a star falling?
Star falls, huh? It's like an old telegram. Send money. Over. Zowie! You don't know? That's like a journalism code word. An important personage passes away. A star falls. Get it? But there's no gravity in space, is there? I wouldn't think that stars could fall, really.
Does that matter?
Oh boy, this is good stuff, good stuff. How about star breaks? Nah, lacks punch. I know, star dies. Nah, lacks imagination. Of course, you could go with Drew dies, straight to the point. I like it.
I think we need to hear about something a little more substantial.
Yeah, this guy's something else.
About when Mr. Misham passed away.
Oh boy, what a scene that was. He put his coffee mug down with a crash, right?
Yes, and then?
Then the cold finger of death touches his spine. Life's flame sputters and falls. So cold that it was so cold was that touch, he could do naught but tremble uncontrollably. Actually, life's flame is a little tired. Life's river froze over. Yes, that's a go. I think he's starting to write his article already.
Could you describe that night? Could you describe that a little more simply? Is he another perv? I don't think so. He's just weird.
Well, as you can imagine, I was pretty surprised. He hit the floor, as they say, artist seizure's final performance, end quote.
Atropine paralyzes the central nervous system. The body arches back like a bow, the limbs tremble,
Oh, that's quite enough of that. Some of us want to be able to sleep tonight.
Oh yeah? Well, I want details, lots of juicy details.
For that, you can listen to our last year's hit single, Atropine, My Love, by The Governors, available at all major music outlets.
The point is that the victim died of atropine poisoning. Well, Mr. Justice, how do you find that testimony?
I'm gonna delete the phrase "input" by the stream. Well, as an account of the moment of the victim's death, I'd say it's very important. Please add it to the testimony.
Very well, the court requests that the witness add this account to his testimony.
Spasms?
No one else in the right room besides her the whole time.
So did they restructure the court system? Well, they're testing it out here and during this case.
Can you say that for sure?
For sure, I'm sure. Drew Studio's in a big place, kiddo. I'd know it if someone else had come in.
But if they'd been hiding in there from before? Even if someone had been hiding in the studio, they hardly could have poisoned that mug without anyone noticing.
You think I, Spark Brusher, would miss something as obvious as that? No way!
He sure makes it sound exciting. I guess that's his job.
There's only one moment we need to focus on, really.
The moment when Drew Misham died?
Exactly, there has to be something there.
Toothbrush, head man, a bad man? I don't know. We're trying to figure that out. Spasms? Is it because the systems made it super hard to get Darian? No, I don't think so. I thought it. The only thing I know right now is that Phoenix is the whole one that set this thing up. So that's all I got. Wouldn't surprise me if he's bad. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Empress. Piggyback just left a little bit ago, but maybe he's still looking to see that. No, okay.
This evidence clearly reveals a contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are the evidence in the statement just now related?
They aren't they?
Not at all. Mr. Justice, please think the facts over before making accusations.
Don't think that will win any points with the judge.
Well, let him see it. I already have. Send some birthday memes? Oh, that's true. We could send birthday memes. I don't know, like, it's supposed to be the moment of death, but... Alright, so you mean you haven't got any food yet?
You say it was definitely death by poison. How can you be so sure?
Hey, look, I'm a journalist. I've seen a lot of things, and I've had more than my share of experiences with so-called poisonings. Man eats fishy fish, goes bye-bye. End quote.
Food poisoning doesn't count. Should I get him to talk about something else? You say Mr. Misham had the coffee too, but did you actually see him drink the coffee?
Course. He who sees it wins, but he who says it wins bigger. End quote. I live in a man sees dog eat dog and writes about it. Well, yet.
Yet?
I guess I can't say I saw him drink it, really. He had one so-called sip, if that. Man puts lips to mug, drinks. End quote.
That poison is quite virulent, I hear.
My stomach did a so-called somersault since I gulped down that coffee without so much as a second glance at it. Wait, maybe something's there. Some kind of so-called trick. You don't want to venture a guess? For the record.
Does this guy have a pause button?
Well, Mr. Justice, did you find that testimony valuable?
Sure. Victim drank his coffee, then he immediately fell over?
Oh, yes, you can go press with that one.
Your Honor, this is a vital piece of information. Oh, please add it to the testimony.
Very well, the witness will add this to his testimony.
Vital, right.
Yeah, okay, that it was slow acting. You know what I have a problem with? A particular property of the poison used, atroquinine.
Oh, Prosecutor Gavin was quite clear about the poison. I leave those...
I just had to turn off there real quick. Where's the sore pain emote when we need it? Ask Michael!
A lethal dosage of 0.002 milligrams paralyzes the central nervous system. If you drank that, even you, Mr. Justice, would be reduced to a quivering pile.
Why are you using me as an example? Unfortunately, we weren't told everything. There was a vital omission in Professor Gavin's information. Or Prosecutor Gavin, God, I'm... Use brain.
An omission?
Atroquinine is as virulent as he says, but death doesn't come upon ingestion, not immediately. That's because atroquinine is slow-acting.
Slow-acting?
What?
According to one forensic scientist, it's one of the most virulent poisons, but it's absorbed in the body astonishingly slowly. It takes at least 15 minutes from the time of ingestion for adverse effects to show. We suppose that the moment Mr. Misham sipped the coffee was when he sealed his fate. Then he would have still had time left to enjoy his last cup of joe. Alright.
Order! Order! What's the meaning of this? If what the defense says is correct, why, that contradicts the entire testimony we've just heard.
Well, Mr. Brushel, anything to say? On the record.
Slow acting. Slow act. It was virulent, alright. Even then, it had already begun digging its claws in the journalist. He's working on a scoop.
Huh. It's Brushel, yeah. Brushel, let's take a trip back down memory lane.
Huh?
Did the victim really die the instant he took a sip? Think it over. This is vital.
You know what I think? I think that was a not-so-subliminal suggestion, end quote.
I admit it does cause a problem if he died when you say he died. I would be forced to say auf Wiedersehen to my simple case. And you would be forced to say farewell to your article.
Come again?
You can't write a story based on conjecture, can you? And as the case drags on, other reporters will pick up the scent. And you'll be forced to kiss your exclusive scoop goodbye.
Scoop! Scoop!
Oh, he's using a toothbrush. Well, and he's wiping his glasses.
Look, wait. Just wait a second. Just 1 second.
We're waiting! Out with it!
I think I just recalled a so-called important detail.
Yeah, no, I would like to agree.
A revival of recollection, end quote. A story's survival, end quote.
Attorney utterly confused, end quote.
Actually, I did notice something when I visited the studio. I'd heard of poison that takes its sweet time, see?
But not what I've been saying for the last few minutes, apparently.
Mr. Bertrand, are you saying you noticed something that explains what happened?
You bet I am. The antidote for a poisonous contradiction, end quote, you might say.
Or, I still have no idea what you're talking about, end quote, I might say.
I figured it out, but only after an in-depth interview. See, thanks to my journalism skills, I know who poisoned that coffee.
Order! 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 As far as I can tell, the witness is standing by his testimony that Mr. Mission died the instant after he drank.
Of course I'm standing by my testimony. And my dream of exclusive rights to this story.
Ugh. I suppose it was too much to hope for. What was? Of course he wouldn't choose a simple case. Not him. Him? Phoenix Wright. Who else? A tongue, Herr Brustol. Report for us, if you would. What is that you noticed? This court is a critical trial of the juris system. I'm afraid no room for doubt is permissible. You will testify to the court about what you noticed. What he noticed.
When I arrived in the studio, Mr. Mission was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. I thought nothing of it at the time, of course. Now that I think about it, what if he was writing a suicide note?
And I was about to say, I thought about what Noah said earlier, and I'm like, well, that's sometimes mentioned in Phoenix, right? But, you know, they just don't have a jury system? Nope, not since now.
A suicide note.
Yes, he had this look on his face. Man's face inscrutable as a quadratic equation, end quote.
Gosh, quadratic equation.
Suicide? Poor Mr. Mission. But that means Vera's innocent.
Would someone commit suicide in the middle of an interview? Oh.
Very well, you may begin your cross-examination.
Hold it! Was there anyone at the studio other than Mr. Misham?
Well, it's not a Vera, of course.
Was anyone besides Mr. Misham and Vera present?
Not a single one, not a cat, not a rat, not even a mouse.
The only person who didn't belong into that studio there was you, wasn't it, Mr. Brushel?
I know what you're doing. I know your game. It's only uses classic Ramsden phenomenon ploy, end quote.
If you intend to suggest that this reporter is a suspect, I'm sure you also intend to present evidence supporting that assertion, correct? In the meantime, let's move along, shall we?
Refers to the astronaut meme? Yeah, I guess.
They never had.
So he put the letter away when he saw you.
Any reporter gets one, end quote. That's my secret.
I'm not sure I follow.
It's an hourly interview. I arrive 15 minutes ahead of schedule. The handle turns, the door opens, and I barge in.
Are you sure that's okay to do? I mean, isn't that unlawful entry, really?
Mr. Mishram sure seemed to think so. You should have seen him. He crammed a dead-end yellow envelope as fast as he could. I know a secret when I spot one, and that was one.
It does seem significant. Well, Mr. Justice?
I wonder. It does have the ring of something important. A yellow envelope? Uh-oh, dropping frames, uh-oh.
Defense finds his testimony vital, Your Honor. Very well, please add it to the testimony then.
Hey, why not? My account comes from free of charge.
This was a red envelope. As it just so happens, there was a single letter in a desk drawer at the scene, in a red envelope.
What?
Oh my god, why? Why? I hate this character. I hate him. I hate this man.
Prosecutor Gavin!
Okay, ew.
Yes.
Was a yellow envelope found at the scene of the crime?
Unfortunately, no. But ere forehead, it is easy to mistake the color of an envelope.
I guess, but not this envelope. You see, it was postmarked already, 7 years ago.
Well, Mr. Brushel?
I can't explain that. Drew, right? He wanted to get that letter in an envelope pronto. Get it out of sight of my beady eyes, right? So he grabbed the nearest envelope and crammed away.
What about the whole red and yellow envelope contradiction, chump?
Well, Mr. Justice, have you anything to say to the witness's claim?
That night, the victim put a letter he had been writing in a red envelope. Do you mean this a yellow envelope? Wait, do it again, I missed it. That's impossible. I like your expression. So full of confidence. It's simple, really. As it just so happens, the defense team investigated the contents of this envelope with, the assistance of a forensic scientist. What? Note that this letter is addressed to Drew Misham.
Uh-oh?
Why would he address a letter to himself? Let alone send a suicide note to himself?
I've been scooped.
There it is, Josh. There you go, if you wanted to see it.
Order, order, order! Mr. Bushel, can you explain this to the court?
Oh, my. How could I have forgotten? I suppose this happens to the best of us. Reporter gets old, forgets lots, end quote.
I'm still waiting for an explanation, Mr. Bushel.
What the heck? Yeah. I wasn't looking this time. It was the tie animation where he goes... Bleh.
Well, that's the thing. See, after he put a letter in that envelope, Mr. Misham sat there searching for his desk drawer for something.
His desk drawer?
Yes, a stamp, a so-called postage stamp, end quote.
A stamp? Whatever for?
Well, to me, it's a letter, what else? And then, why, yes, I think I saw him put it in a letterbox. Yes, it was a yellow envelope, and he put it in that box.
Well, apparently this yellow letter has nothing to do with the case.
Oh, how I wish it did. Just think of a suicide note. What a story. Star writes suicide note in front of the reporter, falls. End quote.
As I was saying, that has nothing to do with this case. That said,
Yes, Your Honor.
it makes me wonder about the contents of that red envelope. $100,000 is quite a good deal of money.
So this was from 7 years ago, yeah.
So, am I finished? Here, I mean. Am I finished here? I was thinking of, going home to start writing.
What? What? I hate to state, which should be pretty obvious to anyone, but when you catch the son of a story, you make that, rather unique face.
Ah, come on! Attorney has active imagination, little else, end quote.
Even I noticed something, and my eyes aren't what they used to be. You know, I'm starting to understand what all this perceiving stuff is about.
Judge has active imagination, end quote. Apollo Justice has been tainted, end quote.
Please continue with your testimony. Tell us about the scent of a story.
Hey, I'm the one asking the questions here. Usually. Actually, it took a bit of work to get a thumbs up on the interview. Reporter leveraged a story, gives his interview, end quote. The story concerned a certain case from 7 years ago. That red envelope probably had something to do with it. Say what you will, but Drew's talent was without compare.
One heck of a offer. Oh my god.
So you threatened to go to press with the story. That's how you got the interview? Blackmail?
Well, yes, I mean, no. It wasn't exactly black. I mean, I'm not,
Something wrong, Mr. Bushel?
Look, this is my story, my tidbit. Journalist info is livelihood, end quote.
I see.
Well, you have me chatting away in here. What's going on out there? What if some Wally Wadsworth or Sada Scooper gets wind of my story? They could go to press while I'm going to waste.
Court feels your brain, Mr. Bushel. Mr. Justice, let's pick up the pace.
A certain case 7 years ago. Wait, 7 years ago? Oh, this dude.
Okay, I can see my bracelet activating, but I guess I'll press everything first.
The victim Drew Misham had an aversion to reporters?
Boy, I guess not even my considerable charm did much for him. Till I finally got my thumbs up, that is.
Maybe you can elaborate on that a bit for us.
Okay.
Exactly what sort of story was this?
Oh, a little one. Like I said, nothing more, nothing less, nothing in between. End quote. I might have suggested I had a lead on this particular story, but I didn't threaten or cajole or anything. Honest.
God, cajole.
So a suggestion was enough to get an interview? Mr. Misham must have really wanted to keep it under wraps.
Story concerned a certain case from 7 years ago.
A certain case 7 years ago? Tell us what case?
Let me state one thing, Mr. Attorney. You can quote me on this. I can't talk about that case.
Why not?
It's about journalistic pride and staunchness and credibility and connections. Journalist reveals sources only over his dead body. End quote. So what will it be? Gonna strangle him? Dead men don't tell tales, Mr. Attorney.
He sounds pretty determined not to talk.
Our chances of breaking his will aren't looking good.
It's the same one, yeah. I mean, it probably... Look, there's been... You haven't been here, Ender, but there's been like 7 years mentioned by like 3 different people. It's one of those cases.
On the one hand, we have your story, and on the other, this letter. What makes you think the two are related?
Oh, I was just saying it's possible. Call it reporter's intuition. End quote. Hey, I say a lot of things. You're gonna pick all of them apart? Be my guest.
All of them? No, just incredibly suspicious ones.
I see. Anything else to add about Mr. Mission?
Just like DL6? Yep. Okay, I will just want to check stream real quick, make sure we were still doing okay.
Just how amazing was Mr. Misham's talent?
Huh? Hooey, but I mean, hey, he's a star, man, a star. Full of his brushes like a great undulating river across the canvas, freaking undulating. Artist paints light up studio like sun, end quote.
This guy is full of wacky gestures, but that one just now was wackier than usual.
Looks kind of nervous to me, Apollo.
Definitely. I'm sensing something different about here, before here. It's time to bring out you-know-what.
That tells me it left a bad taste in my mouth.
It all makes sense. Nothing jumps out as ridiculous.
I wonder what this story he's talking about is. Must have been good, get an interview with an famous recluse like that.
Something powerful enough to drag Drew Misham out of hiding. I wonder, maybe it had something to do with Mr. Misham's art?
Okay, that probably doesn't matter. That one, maybe. Okay, so his hand isn't doing anything here. I don't think that's it. I don't like getting a good look at this man's face. Uh... Lord, I am not making any progress on this. God. Uh... Okay, what? It's not like his eyebrows or whatever, is it? No? Bro, I have no idea. This feels like the worst kind of thing to get stuck on, because it's not even something, it's not like a contradiction or whatever you're missing, it's literally like, okay, just spend your time and hope you can come across the tick that they have. I mean, unless this is just a fake out and it wants me to present evidence. Certain case from 7 years ago. But why would it give you the option if, like, you're not even going to use it? Unless that's the fake out, which in that case, wow, devs, thank you for being so rude. I'm about to look this up, honestly. I do not want to be here for like another... Because I'm pretty sure I've already been here for like 15 minutes trying to figure this out. It's kind of whack. Is it like somewhere stupid like his tie or his pocket protector? Because I would look down there occasionally, but like the facial features and like the hands are like what we've been focusing on this entire time. Is it his teeth? I mean, I don't... You want Mr. to tell you? Yes, I want Mr. to tell you. Yes. Let's go ahead and tell me. His teeth? But, like, why would it be his teeth? I mean, his... I'm sorry, his what? Okay, so yeah, that's that statement. Are you kidding me? I hate this dude. I hate this dude so much. Sweat much, Mr. Brushel?
Yeah, well, a man can't help his glands, you know.
It's more than that. When Mr. Mission's talent was mentioned, you suddenly began to sweat buckets.
Ha!
You're hiding something about his talent.
What? That's ridiculous.
Evidence time. Let's show where Mr. Misham's true talent lay. Just so happens I have evidence showing the talent mentioned in that letter. It's not the letter, is it? I mean, me thinks it would be like the... It would be like the forge stuff like that we were looking at, wasn't it? A porcupine fish, they're not the same thing? Yeah, no, it's one of his forgeries, but... Or should I present the stolen painting? Is that updated? No. Okay. I hope it's just like one of them and it's not like a specific one.
I can't help but wonder what the court is supposed to conclude from this evidence.
Oh.
Other than that, you've made a horrible mistake. Man burns bridge, forgets the cross first. End quote.
Well, I'll try that again. All I have to do is reveal what Mr. Misham really was. That shouldn't be too hard, right? Okay, so I can't present one of the paintings unless it... Oh, unless it was this. It's probably this one. No! Oh my god, dude. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, like, honestly, I could have seen, like, why you wouldn't have presented this one and why you would have presented that one instead because it had the sketch behind it, but are you kidding me? What? Oh my god. Am I just presenting the letter? Is that it? The only other thing was literally like the hidden painting. I have to assume that's it. In this case, insufficient to prosecute claims once one for the fair mission. Guilty. The defendant will surrender herself to court's care and undergo a regular trial at high court within a month's time. Court is adjourned. Pretty sure I've lost every single case at least once. Alright, chat, let's go! Let's listen to this great music! Yay! Stupid man with brush head. Okay, so this is the one where I have to press and like choose a specific option. This I think is what it was. Oh, was it this? The Stars Coffee. You know, I screwed that up, but I can at least say that so far, the PC is working pretty well since we're not having any really dumb slowdowns yet. No, do not do that, please. Okay. So we can at least say that quality-wise, things are going well. But in terms of my ability to play a video game, you know, it's about the same. Okay. Do be sucking. Yep. Only get a monster? Haha, that's debatable.
It was not a yellow envelope. It was a red envelope, and you wrap your head up in your stupid tie, and I want to frickin' strangle you.
Oh, dang it. Ugh. Okay, well, I'm glad that didn't take any, like, thing away from me, because I was just mashing. No, now I'm dropping frames. Are you kidding me? I mean, I guess this isn't terrible, because, like, I'm not actually doing anything right now, but, ugh, why did I have to drop frames? Stupid internet, you know, get a new PC. Internet still can't even handle it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's find your freaking sweating pits. Gotcha! Blah, 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 blah. This. Okay. I understand. But the thing is that what... Like, how do... If that's part of his talent, how do we know that he's the one that's stealing it himself? It makes more sense to actually show the forgeries that he was making, right? To me, it made even more sense to show the one that was the sketch. That had the sketch that you could see through it. Because that, you know, that's the thing he actually was forging. Or forging. Whatever. Make a forgery of it.
This painting was found in Mr. Misham's studio. There are 2 problems with this painting. The first is that it wasn't painted by Mr. Misham. The second is that there was another painting in the studio. I think you may be thinking too far ahead. I guess, but even still, it's like, ugh. Got your nuggies. Yo, hopefully you're enjoying your nuggies. Impressio, what sauce did you get to have with them? Except it was only half done. Then we have a letter discussing a payment of $100,000, which suggests a certain business operation. The business of making forgeries. Then he goes, Awooga. I was so happy, but then I ate it all. Where did you get the nuggies? What sauce did you have with it?
Cajun and sweet chili? Okay.
That is all, Your Honor.
After, you know, having to go through it again.
Everyone, please, everyone. Can we keep this private, please? This is my story, my scoop.
Forgery. That's a serious crime.
Drew Misham is known as an artist these days, but there were rumors he dabbled in another kind of art until a few years back.
Another art meaning forgery.
Drew Misham was a talented artist, talented at making precise, detailed fakes. A fact that certain criminal elements were quick to discover.
Criminal elements? What? You can't seriously be talking about...
Exactly. I'm talking about forging evidence. The rumors started circulating 7 years ago.
7 years ago? So are we to understand that this letter, this payment of $100,000 was for...
Exactly. Forged evidence nets tighter profit, end quote.
Josh calling it Macca's now. Dude, Josh, maybe just for Chris. In Chris's stead, we need to go to Macca's for this week if we get together. Welcome to Cameron getting angry. Yes, because I'm stupid. That's all you're walking in for. It wasn't bad. Well, at least I still have good Sprite.
Order, order, order! Why, it's like our victim was living a double life!
Haha, this is my chance. So the victim had ties to the criminal world, right? He could have had plenty of enemies we know nothing about.
This is my first time hearing of this criminal world. We certainly found no criminal connections when we conducted our investigation.
But how do you explain all this money? You have to admit there's a possibility of some illegal activity here.
But there is no proof trying this letter to our cause. Our case was, and remains, simple from the beginning. Only the defendant could have poisoned that mug that night. And you, of course.
Hey! The only thing I poison is my pen when I'm writing reviews.
This case shorter than the last ones? Just from some people saying, oh, just you wait after the 5-hour stream I did last time? No. No, I don't think it is.
Mr. Marshall, your testimony to this point has been quite unreliable. It doesn't speak well of your reporting acumen.
What are you talking about? My journalism is rock solid. But journalism so solid you could stand on an elephant on it. End quote.
In any case, let's hear a summarized recap of your testimony. If we can ascertain the situation in that studio from the recap, the trial is over.
Apollo, what is he talking about?
Cross-examination showed Mr. Brushel didn't have a reason or means to poison him. As long as there are no other suspects. And the killer had to be Vera, that's what. This next testimony is our last chance.
Mr. Brushel, your testimony, please!
Not, it's not. Ah, we got the extra backbeat to the song.
The only other person in the studio that night was the defendant. It was Vera who poured the coffee. She's admitted as much herself. The only thing that touched Drew's lips during the interview was that mug. And nothing left that studio after he died. Nothing. Clearly, the only one who could have poisoned him was his daughter.
A nice testimony. Clear, not sufficient? What? Suchend? What? Also, thank you, Josh, for the freaking Incredibles quote again. And without room for doubt. Japan is Japan.
Ah, shucks, you really think so?
I believe that it clarifies the situation that night. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may begin your final cross-examination.
Right. I still have one trump card left to play. I won't let this trial end until I use it. Wait, I do? It's because I know of the forgeries? Oh, this! Okay. Shortened to the point? Okay. Succinct? I'm sure I've heard that word before, but like, Lord, it must have been like forever. It's an extremely quotable movie. Also what Avatar had said. Okay. Nothing left that studio after he died. Nothing. I mean, I think that's true that nothing left the studio. The tiny frame, I think, is definitely what we're saying is our, like, ammunition. But that doesn't prove Vera poisoned it! How many times have we heard that one, forehead? The poison reached its victim via that coffee mug, and from where did that coffee come, Not to beat a dead horse again and again, but perhaps you could fill us in.
Hi, man, you need a horse beat? I'm your man.
Did you witness her pouring that coffee?
Of course I didn't witness it. When she came in with that tray, the coffee was already poured and steaming.
Let us not forget the defendant had admitted to pouring the coffee herself. I heard her statement, I poured, I served, and I killed. What? Ha 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 ha! That last part was just a little joke. I don't think I'm going to get anywhere with this coffee mug. I need to find another weak spot in the case. You're sure about that?
Well, to be really, really precise, I was busy gobbling mint candies the whole time.
One of those candies might have been poisoned. Yet, at the time of the autopsy, no fresh fragrance of mint filled the room. And no mint residue was found. It was a long shot anyways. Don't tell me you're still trying to prove this. You think the victim ate, drank, or otherwise ingested something other than coffee?
Well, Mr. Justice, we have some proof.
Possibility is there. I can feel it. Just maybe not prove it. Not yet. Possibility isn't going to cut it. Not now. Mr. Misham ingested that poison via route other than that coffee.
proof is possible. I gotta risk it.
Oh, excellent. Let's see your proof then. Please show us your evidence. What evidence shows that the victim wasn't poisoned via his coffee mug?
Something tells me that's not the case. Must I explain this over and over? We don't need possibilities here, Air Forehead. We need proof. I know that! You should also know that every proof has its moment. Perhaps you're a bit early.
I can tell you what we know at this point. The victim put nothing into his mouth but that coffee mug.
Another hole in the case that needs plugging before I can prove anything. First things first, I better uncover a weak spot before I try and strike again.
On with the cross-examination.
You know what? I'm surprised that didn't take a piece of health from me. Not one thing. You're sure?
Yep, sure can be. Well, with one exception.
One exception? What?
Journalist Spike Brushel does interview, leave studio, end quote. Ah, ha, ha. Come on. It's a joke, get it? Not funny, I know, but still.
Did something leave the studio that night? Why does that sound familiar? Where have I heard something like that before?
Now that we've proven our witness is a comedian of sorts, I'd like to turn to our defense attorney before returning to the testimony. Do you have any idea what, if anything, might have left the studio that night?
Dang, bro, you got the whole squad laughing. Can't think of a single thing. If anything did leave it, wouldn't Mr. Brushel have noticed?
That I would. Nothing left, save myself, of course.
Say that again and you'll be held in contempt of court. Let's get back to the cross-examination then.
You say clearly as though it were obvious. But this claim that the defendant poisoned the victim is merely conjecture.
Ah, yes, well, you see, my business is all about making the most ridiculous things sound right. Bad habit, I know. Yes, well, actually, I guess it's more of a case of ridiculous generally sounds wrong, end quote.
Court is forced to agree with you. Please refrain from mild conjecture.
Understood loud and clear.
If only I could believe that. What do you think, Apollo? Everything he's saying seems so not flawed. Well, it's kind of what you want from a testimony, really. You keep an eye on what matters. How and why was Drew Misham killed? Vera poured the coffee, and that's not going to change. If that coffee didn't kill him, I need to find what did. And prove it. Unfunny joke.
The tiny frame doesn't make any... Like, that makes less sense here than it... Like, that makes less sense here than it does in, like, the piece beforehand. But, like, I don't... I don't think any of these paintings would have left necessarily. I think one thing might have very well left the studio that night, actually. Certain something that has vanished from the crime scene.
By which you mean something other than our witness?
Of course.
Don't tell me, their mission.
Believe me, any comic relief I may provide is entirely unintentional.
Then let's see what you've got for us, Mr. Justice.
Well, this thing wasn't at the scene of the crime, so I can't show it to you. But I do have evidence that shows how it could have been taken from the scene. That's what I was about to say, like, the letterbox? This is the only link between the studio and the outside world. Because I was thinking also about the yellow letter that he was talking about, but, like... I'll read this again. This is the only link between the studio and the outside world.
A letterbox?
What did Mr. Brushel just tell us? When he entered the studio on the night of the murder, the victim had just finished writing a letter.
Yeah, I said that, and yeah, it was true.
Furthermore, you went on to tell us that he put the letter in a yellow envelope and put it in the letterbox.
Ah!
But that very same letterbox was empty. In other words, that night the yellow envelope disappeared.
Yes, intriguing. So an envelope has disappeared from the scene of crime.
Of course, this changes nothing. Huh?
He has a point, Mr. Justice. What we're trying to figure out here is how the poison got into Mr. Mission. It's really important that this envelope the witness says he saw disappeared.
Well, if it did disappear, then it said something did leave the studio that night. Seems very important to me.
Very well, then the witness will add this to his testimony.
You got it.
I still think this fails to change anything, Forehead. I wouldn't be so sure. A letter disappeared from the crime scene that night. This is exactly the opening I've been looking for. Nothing could be more serious than an envelope disappearing from that studio. And you were hiding that fact from us.
Yes, well, actually.
I don't argue the possibility that a letter disappeared from that studio, but Forehead, isn't there much more serious question before us? Right. How Mr. Mission was poisoned, I know. Mr. Brushel's testimony has changed, which means the facts of the case have too. What he's told us means something entirely different now. I'm starting to think.
Let's keep thinking, Apollo.
Wish I had more nuggets. Oh, we've been lurking. You found something to do with your night? No, Gobble, yeah, that's fine. Enjoy your lurk, man. So I will head to bed early for your standard. Yes, Yellow. Please go to bed as you wish. And hopefully have a good night and have a good day tomorrow. So, do I go back here?
Wait. You do understand what we need here. Proof, Air Forehead, not possibilities. Of course. And Prosecutor Gavin, I hope you understand. I'm ready to give you that proof. What did you say? I have proof of the disappearing envelope.
I saw him out in the letter I did.
Which was picked up by the mailman, I presume.
Of course, which means that envelope had a stamp on it.
A stamp? Ah.
As we all know, stamps come with dry glue on the back. In order to use the glue, you have to wet it by licking the stamp! No one worth talking to actually licks stamps in this day and age.
Playing games with a few of your IRL friends.
Oh, we not IRL friends now. I'm just kidding.
I'd take everyone on a late Sonic run. Actually, you know what? One of the things I did do when I was down at my grandparents' is I went to a Sonic because they have one really close, and my dad treated us to me a large peanut butter Oreo shake. Oh my god, so freaking good, dude. I was blessing up that night. Oh, dude. I miss Sonic so much. Every single time like I have it again, I'm like, I miss this. God, I wish that we still had one.
Even if you wanted to talk to him, you couldn't. He's dead after all. Okay, so he licked a stamp, but wait, how does that explain the atropine on the rim of the coffee mug? If you lick the back of a poisoned stamp, the poison would get on his tongue, yes. What would then happen if you put the coffee mug to his mouth? Those traces on the mug weren't the killer's doing. It was the other way around. What? The coffee mug didn't poison Mr. Misham. Mr. Misham poisoned the coffee mug himself. What?
But peanut butter, it was delicious. It is delicious. I don't care if you don't like peanut butter. It was delicious.
Order! But that doesn't, does it?
Recall, if you would. Atroquinine is a slow-acting poison, yes. The poison entered his body when he put the stamp on that envelope. But his time wasn't up until the very moment he touched his lips to that cup of joe. I shall wash up. Do as you wish. Do as you wish and wash, but don't be wishy-washy. Yeah.
You have something to add, Mr. Bushel?
Uh-oh, his nose is picking up another scent.
As I believe I mentioned earlier. Well, that's the thing, see, after he put that letter in that envelope, Mr. Misham sat there searching his desk drawer for something.
Thank you for the emo, Josh.
Yes, a stamp, a so-called postage stamp, end quote. But you know, I don't seem to even remember him ever finding one.
Maybe it just went out.
Incidentally, we searched the desk drawer at the scene of the crime. There were no stamps. Not a single one.
That does pose a problem. How will you prove that the stamp was coated in poison?
Actually, I'm glad no other stamps were found. Makes proving the stamp he used was poison possible. Good show, good show. You can't even prove that there was a stamp at the scene in the first place.
Well, let's hear what the defense has to say anyway. Where's your evidence that proves the existence of this poison stamp?
It be the tiny frame.
Well, that certainly is a cute little frame, and by little I mean really little.
It was on the way to the victim's desk, Your Honor. Quite empty, as you can see for yourself. I noticed that too during my inspection. So what? Apparently you weren't as observant as you should have been. You see, when you saw this frame, it was missing something quite important.
Missing something?
Yes, a pale bluish stain on the inside of the frame. Atroquinine residue! What? Why wasn't I told about this? The frame is only 2 inches square. The face of this frame is even smaller. Maybe an inch wide at the most. Your go-to emote anytime Noah says a pun, as long as I have it. You aren't saying... Oh, but I am. Tell me, what fits in such a small frame? A commemorative stamp, perhaps?
Order! Order! The poison stamp was in this frame! Impossible! Prosecutor Gavin! Why would he put something like that on his desk? Don't tell me he had it there so he could commit suicide if the mood struck!
You know, can I say something? I had a thought, see.
What, Mr. Bushel? And please stop jittering around like that.
The victim was a forger, right? There's a lot of money in that line of work. Forger forges friends, makes enemies too, end quote.
So the poison stamp might have been a murder weapon aimed at him.
There he goes with that guitar again.
Sweaty German. Oh, rich. That's rich. Leave the ridiculous flights of fancy to the Gaviner's song lyrics, please. Finally, something we agree on. The stamp was a murder weapon? Nonsense. Murder is a simple business. Who would go to such lengths? No one. Oh? I disagree. Come again? Recall, if you would, the victim's reclusive lifestyle. Drew Misham hid from the world. He avoided meetings. His only contact with the outside world was in the mail. The mail! Now, if you wanted to kill someone you couldn't meet, but you knew red letters, a stamp would be the perfect weapon. Ridiculous! Where's your proof? I want proof! Show us evidence that this poison stamp was sent to him as a murder weapon. Might not have evidence per se, but things are finally starting to come together.
What is it, Apollo? Your fists are trembling.
I think I know what happened. I don't believe it, but I can see it. I think I know how Mr. Misham was killed.
Well, fill us in, Mr. Justice.
A certain piece of evidence points to the truth, Your Honor. I can show you how someone with the intent to kill sent Mr. Misham the stamp of death. Yeah, no more Turnabout Serenade, thank God. How someone with the intent to kill sent this. Is it the red envelope?
Isn't this the envelope?
Because at the end it shows that, or it not shows, but it mentions like, he's like, I don't need to tell you that this doesn't need to go out to anyone or something. Or like with repercussions and stuff like that. But
isn't this the envelope, the one from 7 years ago?
Think about the text of that letter again. There were 2 pages in the envelope. This is page 1. This and this is page 2. I want to draw your attention to one phrase in particular. Send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within 3 days. The enclosed stamp, Your Honor.
Oh!
In other words, if I have this straight, the stamp, poison on the stamp, lick, lick, gasp, end quote.
Now, what if he had done exactly as the letter asked?
He would sign the document, put it in an envelope, and put the stamp on, right? Then he would put it in this letterbox.
15 minutes would have elapsed between affixing the stamp and mailing the letter. But the clock started ticking, and when the time came, he drew his last breath, and the murder weapon would be taken away from the scene.
Quite conveniently, thanks to the postal system.
Oh, the postal system's at it again. Bang. Such a splendid imagination you have, forehead. Let me confirm one thing with you, if I might. So, this poison stamp was inside this envelope from 7 years ago. Huh? Yeah. Is that what you'd have us believe, really? Well...
It is a little bit of a stretch, but there's a possibility.
Yes, a very small possibility. How small, I wonder? 5 hours, shame incoming. No, I think we're probably got about like 20 minutes left in this case at the most, I think. A poison stamp in this envelope, a stamp that then became the murder weapon. How do you intend to prove this seeming coincidence?
Well,
Ugh, 7 years ago and we don't even know who sent that letter.
Because the thing is like, well, let me just look at the core record real quick. Like, we have some of this stuff in here, but I don't think any of the stuff... Oops, I messed that up a little bit. Hopefully I can fix that. Okay, that looks good. Like, I don't think any of this currently, like this, I don't see it being a thing. We've already gone through, like, most of this evidence, except for the portraits, so close enough to a 4-hour stream. Yeah, maybe.
And your answer is silence. I see. Very well, I move to... It's not nice to pick on the Fräulein, Flavia.
What? Emma? What? Okay. That's like... Why? Okay, alright.
Well, like my Christoph Gavin impression. Did I sound like him?
Don't quit your day job.
Don't you have a crime seem to be looking for after Fräulein Detective?
Someone had to come dig you someone had to come dig you all out of the mess you're making out of this case.
Mess?
You know, none of this would happen if you just trusted a science a little bit more.
Yeah, I got in that safe spot and decided to keep going. Just knew it was a wrong decision. Whatever.
You can find out if the stamp was in that envelope easily.
Care to explain yourself, Fräulein Detective?
Glare at me all you want, but science is on my side. It's all in the residue, right?
That's right, the poison detection spray. Or helped on the guitar part. It's okay. I got through it, I just had to brute force it.
Produce the red envelope at once! You can open it on the authority of the court. Well, would you look at that?
No mistaking it. That's atroquinine residue.
I don't believe it. A murder weapon from the past. Now, 7 years later, it bears its fangs at last. Absolutely outrageous. Tell me why. Why didn't this murder take place 7 years ago?
Well,
There's one possibility. Maybe Mr. Misham figured it out.
Figured what out?
He realized that the person who sent this letter wanted him dead, so he sent his reply with a different stamp.
And put his decisive evidence in a frame. You're still here?
Can I make a statement here on the record? Icebox Razor Toothbrush will claim this scoop is mine. Drew Misham killed in cold blood. By sender of 7-year-old letter, end quote. No, maybe that's something more, sucky.
we just talked about this.
Star falls after 7-year delay, end quote.
Everyone's like, bro, you really...
Order! 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 I see no room for further argument here, though I admit this is all coming as quite a shock. To think that the murder weapon reached his mouth after 7 years. Stamp his ticket straight to afterlife, end quote.
Uh-oh, I think the witness is a bad influence on our judge.
I see no need for further debate on this matter. The sender of that letter 7 years ago could hardly have been our defendant.
Apollo!
I think we just won.
Very well, this court finds the defendant.
No, Gavin, stop. Stop it. Stop. I want to stop stream for the night. Stop it. Because I am tired, gonna head out. Don't stay up streaming too late. I hope I don't cobble, but... have yourself a good night, friend. Glad you got found something to do while you were looking at stream. And of course, have a good night. And hopefully have a good tomorrow as well. See you later, my friend.
Is this the bright future of our legal system? Prosecutor Gavin? A ticket to the afterlife from 7 years ago? Tickets for the Gavin show are invalid after 2 weeks. But it doesn't make sense any other way. It boggles my mind that so many people haven't noticed this. There's a fatal contradiction in Air Forehead's claim.
A contradiction?
A poison stamp was placed in this envelope 7 years ago, whereupon it was framed until now. If that's the case, then why would Drew Misham have done what he did?
Emma explained that. He must have realized it was poisoned. Therein lies the rub. 7 years ago, the forger Drew Misham sensed a trap and placed the stamp in a frame. I do not debate this, but this begs the question. Why, 7 years later, did he use the stamp on the night of the murder? Surely you don't mean to suggest that Mr. Misham simply forgot. He put the murder weapon in a frame on his desk for 7 years and forgot? You expect us to believe he sprang the trap on himself? Curved mouth!
While I admit this is all quite shocking myself, it does seem highly unlikely that he would have fallen foul of a trap that has been sitting on his desk for 7 years.
Apollo? I don't think we're winning anymore. I'm glad to see we're all back in the real world now. Welcome back to reality. We've all been waiting for you. Okay, but... And how do you explain this poison stamp that was in this envelope? The poison stamp? Where exactly is this poison stamp again? Have you brought it to court for us? I see no proof that such a thing ever existed. We dress as Apollo? Oh god. I need some serious duds for that. What about this green residue, huh? Maybe I could cosplay as Apollo, at a convention one year. Oh, I agree. That does seem to be atrocanide residue. But air forehead. It's certainly no stamp. Yeah, but... Even if your precious poison stamp did exist, Drew Misham never would have used it. That is all.
I believe we've come to a conclusion. Again.
Apollo? Were you wrong the whole time? I can't believe it. The poison traces match up. It can't be coincidence.
I'd like to bring some closure to this issue sometime this year. Mr. Justice.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's review the facts and see where we stand. 7 years ago, Drew Misham received a red envelope. There were traces of poison atrocanine on the document inside that envelope. A similar trace was also found at the crime scene. On this tiny picture frame, the defense has indicated the possibility of a yellow envelope. An envelope that left the scene of the crime within the poison stamp on it.
I need more water.
How long have I had a bowl cut? Probably since high school, if I had to guess. Yes, but even in this, if this envelope contained a poison stamp, and Drew Misham, knowing this, put it in a frame, he never would have used that stamp.
I'm afraid you're right, which means there's a fatal flaw in the defense's case.
I haven't been on the wrong track this whole time, I'm sure of it. The traces of atrocanine, the envelope, the frame, and Drew Misham's mysterious death. They're all connected somehow.
Well, Mr. Justice, do you have a conclusion for us?
The defense stands by its case, Your Honor. We've seen that the logical outcome of this case makes no sense, which means that one of our clues must be a fake.
Oh
god. A fake clue. Fascinating. And if we were to find this fake, your wild fantasies will prove quite reasonable here. The fake clue that's thrown us off on the poison trail is none other than... the red envelope in the frame? No, the red envelope and the frame both are part of our case, so Drew Misham?
The victim was a fake clue? I'm afraid I don't understand.
I'll explain. We have an envelope, a frame, and a mug linked by poison. That all makes sense. What doesn't make sense is the victim himself. Congratulations, you've completely lost me. So the fake evidence is none other than the master of the fake himself, the forger. It makes a good story, I'll give you that. The fake clue, fakes, forgeries. I know that face. That's the I just had an idea face. I don't know if I'm right, but I'm going with it anyway. What if our forger is the fake? Come again. 7 years ago, our forger sniffed a trap and stepped aside. 7 years passed. But the forger stumbles into the very same trap and dies. Why?
That's what I want to know!
The forger who was killed was a fake. Here we are again. The victim was a fake? One forger smelled the trap. One forger fell into the trap. That's 2 forgers. And one of them was a fake!
Order! Order! Order!
So you are telling us that Drew Misham, the victim, was a fake? Well, if he was fake, then who was the real forger? You better not be claiming there was some kind of switcheroo.
I'm afraid you're going to have to back up your story. Mr. Justice shows us who the real Drew Misham was.
If Drew Misham wasn't the real forger, there's only one other person it could have been. Understood, Your Honor. Forger Drew Misham himself was a forgery. The real forger was... Vera? If it was 7 years ago, she would have been 12, so I guess it could have been her. There can only be one explanation, really. The real identity of the forger known as Drew Misham is none other than his only daughter, Vera Misham.
Order! 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 Mr. Justice, this is going out on a limb even for you!
I kind of agree. I mean, Vera, a forger?
Let's consider it before you write it off entirely. If you look at all the paintings in the studio, one fact becomes quite clear. Forgery has been taking place in that studio for quite some time. The forger wasn't caught in that trap 7 years ago. This can only mean the one who caught in the trap wasn't the forger.
Well, actually, that does make a certain kind of sense.
One more thing. Only 2 sets of fingerprints were found in the forger studio. Drew Misham's and Vera Misham's. If we know that Drew Misham wasn't the forger, that leaves only one possibility by process of elimination. The forger was Vera Misham. Well...
And back to the electric guitar.
Fascinating.
Vera Misham.
Oh god, are we gonna have to cross-examine her now?
You've been paying attention to the trial so far.
Let's just ask her and be done with it, shall we? Who are you? Who is the forger, Drew Misham? Was that expression of emotion I saw on her face? She's staring holes into Prosecutor Gavin's face. I'm used to being stared at by Fräuleins, believe me. Though they usually talk to me, too. Tell us, were you the one who forged those works of art?
Yes.
So the forger, Drew Misham, was you?
Is she just gonna say yes again?
Yes. It was me.
What? What?
The court was in an uproar. It wasn't coming down. We had to break for a 10-minute recess.
No, 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 no,
No, no, no, no. Save. Save.
Why couldn't we have just gone on to day 2? I think we're stopping the stream for the night. I'm pretty sure that tomorrow and on Wednesday we're going to be streaming more Apollo Justice. Oh my god, I can't do this again. I am not doing another 5-hour stream. I can't do it. I'm not doing it. Because we're doing it all this week, you know what? It's fine. If you want to know, no, I'm not having a long night. We're stopping. Oh god.
Why? Why though? Why?
Did I drop any more frames? No, actually, I don't think I did. And it's still 0.1% of the frames, but still, kind of wish that didn't have to happen.
What if money? Chris, please don't give me any money. I'm not going to keep streaming. I think this case may actually take me a whole week. I didn't need to hear that.
I didn't need to hear that. Okay. So let's go ahead and get to our special thank yous now. Did you go on to stop the stream for the night? He said money, but I won't be watching. Yeah, I mean, again, we'll just get to it later. There it is. We had a lot of support tonight. Again, I don't know why you guys do this, but thanks. Also, that's weird. It's asking me to log back in. Why would you do that? Recent events. Not 100% sure, but it's possible. I mean, I guess. I just hope it doesn't. Didn't you say it's supposed to be the favorite case? I think this is like... People are saying... Of the people who have played this game, people are saying that Case 4 is the best case in Apollo Justice. Of course, Cameron, for the birthday. Right. For the birthday. Yeah. Anyways, thank you to, first of all, thank you to Anime YDA, or Animaza? I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce that, but that was, a day ago, so thanks. If you saw stream tonight, hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you to Chris for the host with one viewer. Thank you to Noah with the resub at tier 2 for 11 months in a row and 12 total. Freaking 1 year, Noah, of course. Thank you so much for the long time support. Hopefully you enjoy those emotes. Hopefully you enjoy that pog. And hopefully you enjoyed the stream tonight. This is the next part of this trial is a banger. Okay, good. Good to know. We'll save it to tomorrow for the banger. Oh, what just happened to the... Oh, it's because I refreshed Streamlabs. That's what happened. Because I ended up logging to it on my phone. Then after that, thank you to Yellow for 1,000 bits. Just cause, thank you, Yellow, for those bits. I know you've been quite at it for those ads for bits monies. So thank you for sending them my way. And thank you for the generous donation. Then thank you to Empress for 50 bits. Then thank you to Empress for 50 more bits. Then thank you to Yellow for 100 bits. Then thank you to Noah for 100 bits. Then thank you to Avatar with a host for 1. Thank you to Noah with 30 bits. Thank you to Noah for 20 bits. Thank you to Noah for 10 bits. Thank you to Noah for 100 bits. And thank you to Keem for 5 bits. And thank you to Skywag 2001 for the follow. Did Chris not send more bits? Wait, where are all the bits that Chris sent? Hold on. No, we're not missing this. Streamlabs, you messed up. You done messed up, son. Okay, so Chris sent 100 bits. Oh, okay, I think I missed this too. Then Yellow sent 26 bits, and Chris sent 100 bits, and Chris sent 100 bits. Okay, I think I got those, because he sent like 300 bits there. Yeah, okay. I think that's all I'm missing. That's actually really weird that Streamlabs missed that, but I think I did before. That's what I was about to say. Yeah, I'm like, I know that Chris did some stuff at the beginning of stream. I don't know why that wasn't there. But I got it, so there you go. But as for everybody else, okay, my stream. Thank you to Empress for coming by. Thank you to Ender for coming by. Thank you to Yellow for coming by. Thank you to Cobble for coming by. Thank you to Josh for coming by. Thank you to Chris for coming by. Thank you to Noah for coming by. Thank you to Avatar for coming by, of course. My stream is delayed. No, that's fine. Thank you to Pikafac for coming by. I mean, I guess, thank Skywag 2001 again for coming by. Hopefully, if you stuck by stream, you enjoyed it. Yes, once again, we can say it as a cut off the stream. A happy birthday once again to Peakpack. Hopefully, he has a good day today. And of course, we will be streaming tomorrow, so we can say happy birthday again. I honestly think that might have been it. I don't know if anybody else like came in the stream tonight that was like, oh, well, JMC was lurking. So thank you, JMC. Hopefully, if you were still lurking, you enjoyed stream. And hopefully you have yourself a good night. I don't think... Oh, I think Mortem came in stream. Thank you, Mortem. Very much appreciate it. Again, I always have trouble thinking of everybody, but I'm trying my best. I think that was it, maybe. I think that was it. Oh no, Kim came by. Kimberly. Empress. Lol. You. Yes, Indar, I thanked you, because I thank you with Empress. You know what? Thank you again, Indar, for coming by. I think that's pretty much it. And, yeah. This is gonna be a long case. I can already tell. So hopefully you're looking forward to Phoenix Wright on Tuesday and Wednesday, or, well, Apollo Justice in this case, on Tuesday and Wednesday. We will probably be doing that. I don't know if we're going to really be doing anything else. Of course, on Friday we'll be trying to do Metopia, and on Saturday, hopefully it won't be Apollo Justice. Hopefully we'll be doing something else, but until then, hopefully you have yourselves a good night. And for those of you who I did not thank, whether you are lurking or just anybody else, because I'm stupid, I still hope you're having a fantastic night or day, wherever you may be. And the new PC went well, I'd say. We dropped some frames, but of course that's internet related, and that may have even had to do with my new settings that I'm running with right now. But honestly, still pretty good. Maybe if I go back and listen to it, there might be some kinks that I can notice and fix up. But I mean, all things considered, pretty good. So thank you guys once again for sticking in with me, especially at the beginning of the stream, and of course for all of your support tonight. And again, hopefully I get to see you tomorrow for more Apollo Justice Ace-Attorney. I won't be sending you anywhere, because I want everybody to have a good night's rest. And of course, hopefully you guys have a good day tomorrow. And until next time, bye-bye!